If you think flipping a coin to survive a nuclear weapon sounds like a dumb idea, then you've clearly never played Helldivers 2, because this one mechanic is the bedrock of my entire strategy.
I'm gonna survive this. 50-50, no I made it! I made it! No way! 50-50, baby!
This mechanic alone encapsulates the soul of Helldivers 2. On one hand, it is brutality in its purest, most unforgiving form. I think I'd call it
any United States conflict, but you are not the United States.
But on the other hand, this brutality is perfectly balanced by the absurdity that is Helldivers combat.
Oh my god.
Wait, what? What? What did I even hit? What did I even hit to go that high?
And I think it's safe to say that the way these two qualities weave themselves together is something I'm mighty excited about.
I'm gonna hit his ass right in the head. Watch this. Oh, the backbreaker. The backbreaker, baby.
Helldivers 2 is a game that shocked the world with its popularity. Just like Lethal Company, it went from a game that I'd never heard about to the only game that I ever heard about overnight. There were a handful of times that my homies Clue and Skulker told me about it, but I remember not being interested. And that is just so hilarious in hindsight, because I remember thinking to myself, I was like, a 4-player co-op shooter. Yes, I need more 4-player co-op shooters. Oh man, Badger, you gotta play this new 4-player co-op shooter. You mean like EDF or Darktide or Vermintide or DRG or Killing Floor 2 or Left 4 Dead 2 or Payday 2 or Payday... Okay, maybe not Payday 3. Even as an optimist, I was skeptical that the world needed another 4-player co-op shooter, but the first time I played it, everything changed.
That was not very democratic of you,
You either press E on people to give it to them or press 5 to
Can I? Oh, I didn't know that you could not. Yo, wait a minute. I didn't know that you couldn't put the pin back in the grenade. That sucks.
It was immediately brutal. It was immediately absurd. But the thing that stuck out to me was the dissonance between the game and the developer. The game itself felt big time, like one of those endlessly promoted blockbuster monsters made by some gigantic quadruple A-ass studio.
I only listen to quadruple A developers.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that he has brought this up. The amount of times that I have clowned on AAA and quadruple A, I love that the term quadruple A is now being normalized, and that we also equally make fun of it. It gives me some weird vindictive energy.
The more I played it, the more this big game felt like it was made by a small studio that really cared about the tiny little details. Now look, I don't know shit about game development, but I do know a thing or two about animation, and what I was seeing had me impressed.
Run! Airstrike! Oh, wait! I got double teamed by a damn charger. I got bowling alley. That was like a damn animation from the 80s, dog. Strike! Dog, I gotta change my social security number after that one. That's embarrassing.
I like to think that small studios take risks, making ambitious things that are really cool but may break or bug out or be jank as hell. And big studios play it safe to make perfectly functional things year after year that may work really well, but are far less exciting. They're just...
This is actually why we have Charlie, Moist Critical, talking about how Star Wars Outlaws is just your mid-standard Ubisoft open world game. He's absolutely right on this. So I have praised things like Resident Evil with the RE engine, starting with Resident Evil 7, going to Resident Evil Village, going to Remake 1, Remake 2, going to Resident Evil 4 Remake. Yes, they have an engine, they have a functioning product, but in my opinion, game after game, year after year, they kind of improve upon that, right? Look at the Resident Evil 7 versus Resident Evil 2 remake versus Resident Evil 4 remake with its its perfect parry system, stuff like that, right? And how they innovate on that, right? They're not having to necessarily reinvent the wheel like Pokemon tries to do in a lot of cases, where I'd have to have somebody cite it. I thought that one of the reasons why every generation is so different is because they kind of try to reinvent the wheel. That's why we don't see, Heart Gold Soul Silver 2.0 with follower Pokemon in that way, stuff like that. But I think he's absolutely right here. And yes, the bigger company you are, whether you're a quadruple A, triple A developer, you're going to be making year after year Call of Duty. And that absolutely speaks to a certain kind of person. I'm not saying that you like in Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 is necessarily a bad thing. If you enjoy it, if you find value in it, that's fine. Good on you. I personally don't, but I'm also not the biggest Activision Blizzard fan, especially after the whole milk incident, which I will never let them live down. I have said over a number of reactions, and Badger here effectively backing up that point, modern gaming is the hand of indie developers, modders, the smaller guys. Because like Helldivers, they are willing to take those risks. They're willing to put the little details in, right? And by little details, I mean, point in case, look at your footprint in Helldivers 2, how it's got the little skull on it. Holy crap. We were praising on the animation side of things. We were praising the flamethrower's effects until they nerfed it. That's a whole other discussion in itself, right? It's that this came out as a, okay, this makes sense. And I'm sure he'll get to the live service back to it later. I don't want to bog it down this early, but there's definitely the live service aspect that I think was done very well at the beginning.
Kind of, okay, yeah, the thing works, but it's really boring, Larry. I don't give a fuck. And if you've played the game, you know how prevalent the bugs are.
What the fuck? Yo, what is happening to this dude's texture? That's just like,
It's a little stretchy.
There were times where these bugs were game-breaking. Like, if your extraction vehicle glitches and you can't finish the game, that shit is so fucking annoying.
yo, who landed this pelican, dog?
There was a situation where we were doing bots on, I think it was it 7 or 9? I can't remember. We were doing bots and we were doing the geological surveys, and the geological survey glitched out. Like, you could access the panel for 2 of 2. We were stuck at 1 of 2, and we couldn't actually input the code for that. It definitely hurts when you start running into game stoppers like that, like running into show-stopping bugs, because it just rips you out of the experience.
What the fuck landed this pelican?
But to me, these bugs were a small price to pay for a game that takes risks and allows the player to do so many interesting things in the world that they're exploring. Yes, there are flaws. Yes, shit breaks, but there's so much life to this game and so many exciting interactions on the battlefield. It feels like it was made by a small developer with love, not a behemoth developer with shareholders.
That sounds like a
Whatever, fuck it.
That sounds like a
No
Megadeth
way.
song.
There is no way you caught that. Yeah? How does that mechanic even exist? Why do they even
so good.
program that? Why?
The dog plays
like,
fetch.
why?
I don't know.
Dog plays fetch.
Something, he comes back.
A perfect example of this is the buddy system, where you gain super fast reloads on a weapon by teaming up with another player. To me, this is a bold and risky feature, because on one hand, letting you hook up with another player for a special ability is a neato mechanic that is, quite frankly, fucking based. But on the other, hooking 2 independently controlled players together is a nightmare for animation, and I speak from painstaking experience. I do this shit all day, and I don't want to do this.
Sam, what? All right, as long as you're reloading. As long as you're reloading. I don't really care. As long as you're reloading. I can't even see what I'm shooting at. I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna keep shooting. I wanted to get you away from Danger Milk.
Thank you, thank you.
Yet even with this impossible task of getting smooth animations between 2 separate players, they did a fantastic job with this IK rig, which is something I'll put on screen, FK versus IK. It's kind of just animator speak for a shortcut that moves multiple bones or attaches things together well.
Damn, you
Oh, so it's like a macro, right? It does multiple things in one motion.
got the IK rig on your arm and everything. That's neat.
Bro, I'm here to game. You don't get a level 50 without losing all your friends.
Actually, the kinematics in this game are
Yeah, look at the kinematic on your arm. That is so kinematic. Look at that. That's classic kinematic on your arm.
I'm not gonna lie, Heavenly, you gotta take the gun from him, bro. He's not looking at anything else but that arm. He's not even looking forward. You're like,
Hey.
oh, dog, bugs ahead of us.
This is the kind of thing that made me love Helldivers 2 after playing it for the first time, which I can summarize with, it may be super jank, but it's also super neato. And it turns out I wasn't wrong about it being a small developer making a game they love, because it was made by 100 people at Arrowhead Game Studios. I know you may be thinking that 100 people is not tiny at all, but if we're comparing it to the biggest developers in the world, it wouldn't even crack the top 50. And this is a game that sold 12 million copies and became Sony's fastest selling ever. Of course, Sony
Which is really, really depressing that it's still unavailable or has limited availability in, like, what, 178 countries around the world. And there was the argument like, oh, well, you know, Sudan, not necessarily the picture of a, country that this would, place Sony would play well with. And it's like, doesn't Japan have their own Helldivers 2 servers? You know, Japan is like one of the 4 economic models. What is it? It's developed, underdeveloped. Some economist submitted this paper. I can't actually cite it right now. Someone will know what I'm talking about. It's like, I always forget the third one, but the 4th is Japan, right? I think it's Ecuador. No, it's Venezuela, I think, right? Yeah, developed, underdeveloped, Venezuela, and Japan. Japan has its own economic model. It's kind of a big player in a lot of things. Like, if Japan ain't playing with everybody else because of Sony issues, to the point where they have their own internal Helldivers 2 kind of play area, I'm just really upset that Sony went the route that they did. Let's put it that way.
And disabled access to the game in a bunch of countries on their never-ending crusade to make sure that PS3 has no games, but I digress. Arrowhead.
PlayStation has no IPs. How could they, MAG. Easy PlayStation 5 win. Massive action game, what, 256 player, whatever. Make it a free-for-all, make it a gigantic battle royale. They could do that. Outside of, you know, things like Bloodborne, do they not have, like, what was it, Killzone, Jak and Daxter, Sly Cooper? They have IPs. I feel like they just choose not to either draw on them or the cost benefit to creating a new game of those IPs is too high. Because remember, licensing, dear viewer, is a thing that happens in games. That's why if you upload a video of yourself playing Fallout New Vegas, you're going to get copyrighted from some big studios. That's actually why certain companies get into fights, litigious fights. What was it, Friday the 13th, the game, had to get pulled from Steam because for some reason, I guess, like, they didn't either ask or ask properly for the rights before they made the game. That one's wild to me. That one's the weird one to me. If I was going to make a Star Wars game, would I not be asking Disney, LucasArts, whoever, everyone who could be involved in that for the proper permissions, the proper licensing, etc.? I feel like that's a no-brainer.
Is a tiny team that made a monster game, and the cherry on top is that they worked on it for almost 8 years using a dated, unsupported game engine called Stingray that was abandoned by Autodesk 6 years ago. The fact that this tiny team absolutely mogged the biggest developers in the world using a discontinued game engine make them look like the Tony Stark of game devs.
I wonder if there's a modern version of that. I would absolutely purchase a game engine because Unity's been going through some issues. Epic has kind of, haven't they redacted Unreal in its entirety at this point? I know Godot was one I was looking at. I'm all for purchasing a product, even if it's outdated. Like, that's kind of great from a cost-benefit analysis.
We built this in a cave with a bunch of
It's true though. I'd be so mad. Getting mogged by Tony? Dude,
A good bit is a good bit.
I don't think I can handle it.
Mog man.
Mog, man. Iron Mog.
Now that you understand how much of a miracle this game is, let's get into the game itself, because I didn't read all that deep lore to not yap about it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Badger needs to shut up.
There's gonna be a lot of you big YouTubers who need to shut the fuck up.
Helldivers 2 is the story of Super Earth, who for the sake of simplicity, I'll call the humans, in a struggle against 3 enemies a couple hundred years in the future. You see,
Is there a buzzing in the background? It's not, it's only audible during this portion, but is there a buzzing? It's like a fluorescent light, low tone buzzing. Am I crazy? I could be going crazy.
They are hell-bent on spreading their way of life throughout the galaxy and vaporizing anyone or anything that dare oppose them.
Watch me hit this nerd in the face. Come on, give me the headshot, baby. Give me the headshot, baby. Yeah! My life for Super Earth.
They're fighting.
God, I wish I had one Bile Titan. I'm so used to having to fight 2 or 3 at a time. Like, I've had people come out to stream, and they're just like, bro, your 7s are like 9s. I played on 9, and bugs felt easier than my 7s. I have impeccable luck with these things. Like, just dropping in 8 chargers, 3 Bile Titans. You're on the back foot the entire game.
For liberty, prosperity, and democracy. And if I were to emphasize one of those words, it would be democracy with a capital
Narwhal?
D.
I promise I won't get democratic. 1 glass of soju later.
That seemed pretty big, I'm not gonna lie.
People will bring up, and I know you MFs are already in the comments section, that their crusade to conquer the galaxy and exterminate their enemies using the blanket excuse of democracy is satire or tongue-in-cheek. Yappers will come up with all kinds of labels for it, like fascism, imperialism, totalitarianism, authoritarianism. Don't worry about any of that. Super Earth is a faction so determined to spread their way of life to every inch of the galaxy that they are even willing to kill their own citizens to achieve that aim. Label that however you want.
I mean, it's, what is it? Didn't we have this heavy inspiration from Starship Troopers? We're talking about specifically one. I haven't seen 2 or 3. 2, I think, deviated more towards the horror format, if I remember correctly, with the brain bug. Or the one that, like, attaches itself to your spinal column. Like, yes, you can absolutely draw commentaries here, and I think they're valid. Now, there's commentaries that aren't valid. We were laughing on stream the other day about, and I brought this up before. If you've never heard of the Uchiha Native American parallel, oh my god, I have ranted way more time than I would like to admit on that article. I feel like this was an article that tried to be made in good faith. It was comparing the Uchiha clan from Naruto, not to, you know, Japanese clan they could be based on, right? Is arguably based on, but they were being compared to Native Americans. Man. I think we got rated by like 60 people mid-rant, and I'm really sorry to every single person that joined during that. Dude. Literally recited a actual paper my buddy sent me ranting on the subject on that's not how that works. That's why, dear viewer, when somebody tells you, well, the curtains are blue because this exemplifies the artist's longing and their depression, their loneliness and bleak outlook on life. Bro, they could have just also liked blue. That is also a thing. You can draw parallels with anything. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're right. But I mean, with the Super Earth thing, yeah, absolutely. You could argue it's fascist, it's authoritarian. I've called it that. But it's one of those things that it's like, yeah, great game. We're spreading democracy. Spreading democracy with the homies. What else do you want?
Traitor, dog! What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck? What is
Amazing.
You put right there?
Yo, he's still alive, bro.
Humanity's
Amazing.
conquest for galactic control is best seen through the lens of their enemies, the first of which is the Illuminate, who I'll just call the aliens. The reason they matter is their FTL, faster than light, technology that Super Earth stole from them in the first game, because when you're gonna democratize the galaxy, you gotta go fast. As of me saying this, you are not at war with them right now. They were only present in the first Helldivers game and have not been seen for a long time, but I have a feeling that's going to change. According to data miners, that's going to change. But the catch...
I do hear that we're still just before this update. They've been teasing updates in their 60-day plan at this point in time. This is currently being recorded on 9/16, September 16th, 2024. And apparently, allegedly, you can see certain units already in-game right before the update.
To this faster-than-light technology for zooming around space is that it requires a tremendous amount of resources, which is where the bugs come in.
I don't really care.
Calling in orbital strike.
Oh, got his shit raw.
The Terminids, or just the bugs, are insanely important because they are the renewable resource that fuels the Super Earth war machine, and that's not a figure of speech either. They are literally made of element 710, which when flipped upside down is a word that just made every American, including myself, salivate. If America runs on Duncan, then Super Earth runs on bugs because their faster than light space travel tech doesn't run without oil. But, we got another one of those, but their existence poses quite the tricky conundrum for Super Earth. On one hand, they are an existential threat. They are such a big problem that they could erase humanity from the galaxy if Super Earth doesn't exterminate them first.
It's just not my. Oh god, that did not go as far as I thought it would.
It's
oh
still
fuck!
your problem.
Oh fuck! Oh
Sounds
fuck!
like it
It's
might
still
still
my
be your
problem.
problem.
It's still my problem.
But on the
Awful.
other hand, you don't want to completely exterminate them because if all the bugs and all of their offspring are dead, you can wave goodbye to your bottomless supply of oil, asshole.
The default PTS lady voice going up.
Boiling my husband alive in oil.
And their solution to this was to start farming them on distant planets to keep the oil flowing. But things didn't turn out as planned, with the bugs breaching containment and pulling a galactic-scale Jurassic Park because they are out of their pens and very pissed off.
I'm gonna ride this. Watch this.
I'm watching. Flaming charger. Good god. Wait, what? I thought you were gonna defend me. What?
You don't bite, bro. You don't bite.
Damn. So our alien enemy is about technology, our bug enemy is about economy, which brings us to our third and final enemy, ideology.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
The space robot communists have arrived and they're here to kill you, which is funny because they're really, really good at killing you.
No, I have
Yeah,
one
they are.
though. I have.
I know. But like,
With the update that the Impalers came in, the Armored Striders, those were the pain point. Because the Armored Striders, the fastest way to take those out was to use power weapons. I mean, sure, you could use things like, what is it, the Plasma Breaker. That actually did some numbers. The issue became that because I like to analyze things. I like to analyze the pain points, especially when playing on, 7+, which historically, the way I understand it, the devs don't go above 4 and 5, which is odd that we were getting difficulties like 10, that being the case. But that's a critique and criticism of not having, which allegedly they do now, of having a focus test for those higher difficulties, which if that is the case, awesome, W, we'll give them that there. The pain point with the Armored Striders was that their armor was thick enough that you had to resort to using heavy weaponry, but your heavy weaponry was better spent using it on things like Hulks and stuff. So it became a pain point really quick, much in the same way as the Impaler, especially when you got 2 spawning at once. Good God, they schmoovin'. I had one of my mods say something about, like, he's just schmoovin'. You look at the walk cycle of an Impaler, just apply the word schmoovin' to the way they walk. You'll never unsee it. It's been the best thing for me. I didn't even really mind the ragdolling as much as I minded the infinite range and encountering situations where everyone on the fire team had to be like, okay, but where is the Impaler? And having no idea where this thing is. Right. And so keep the ragdolling. I get it. You're getting hit by massive tentacles. Maybe limit the range on that a little bit, which subsequently they allegedly did in the nerf.
Imagine you already died anyway.
Like, what the fuck is this? I can't even stim. What the fuck?
Yeah, you just get womboed.
Get me out of here.
Just a ragdoll, bro.
How many times
So
do you have to
good.
50-50 to get a damn sandwich and a way out of here? God damn.
Whatever it is on this planet, it just cannot be this important. It's just impossible that it's this important.
There's no way.
There's no fucking way it matters this much.
You see, in the first game, a bunch of Super Earth citizens labeled cyborgs rebelled against democracy and started their own communist government on a foreign planet. Their hatred of humanity and love of machines eventually led to their robot children, the automatons. And let me tell you, these are some scary-ass commie children.
Need to call it many.
Yeah, but we got.
Oh, wait. What the fuck? What the fuck?
What's happening?
You've heard this story 100 trillion times, but the robots are dead set on breaking free of their shackles and exterminating humanity once and for all, which I'm pretty sure is OpenAI's mission statement or something.
When you tell OpenAI to stop stealing anime art.
Now that you've met the enemies of democracy, it's time to meet Super Earth's greatest weapon in their fight for the galaxy, the Helldiver.
My life for Super Earth!
I can't believe I heard that immediately afterwards.
Did you say for Mark Zuckerberg?
No.
Yes.
Zuckerberg!
You there, how does it feel to be Super Earth's greatest defender of democracy?
I don't feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
You know what, just cut to a commercial break. This dipshit just ruined my whole fucking flow. Of all the things in this world that deserve to be choke-slammed, my hunger is definitely one of them, because my dead grandmothers would roll in their graves if they ever caught me with an appetite.
Yeah, I'm gonna ruin my appetite with one cookie, Grandma. Get real, you fucking moron.
How are you not treat maxing, Granny? Fuck you!
Which is why I've created the ultimate weapon on my crusade against hunger, Swamp Ass. You probably already know about my energy drink, Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000, which apparently one of you is dry scooping in an Arby's drive-thru. Wherever you are, Arby's drive-thru guy that's guzzling Gamer Fart, please tell me who you are, because I want to send you some for free. But whatever. My energy drink is made by a company that I own a part of called Gamer Subs, and every time I say Gamer Subs, you guys scream at me to make Gamer Soups. Well, guess what, asshole? That day is today. Swamp Ass, my very own flavor of gamer soup, is on sale now. Don't you dare tell me that the name Swamp Ass is gross, because I've seen what some of you eat on a daily basis, and you clearly need my help.
I do need his help. Have you seen the amount of mayonnaise that I put on that fried chicken and those potato wedges in that community post recently? Look, I put mayonnaise on a lot more than I should. I'm gonna be real on that, okay? I've debated on having ramen, like little bowl soup ramen, and dipping mayonnaise on bread in that, okay? This speaks to me on a deep and spiritual level.
Let me pause, Clue. Dude.
I was waiting for you to see it. I can't believe
Posted that half an hour ago.
yeah. First day I get paid, I'm popping the Counter-Strike perk.
Week
Eating off the counter beam.
I don't know, Badger. I saw you eat a bowl of unseasoned hamburger meat. I feel like you'd have ice soup.
Yeah, I would.
What's even
better, Skulker, is just how shittily it's cropped.
Yeah, they couldn't even crop the fucking perk right.
Where are my eaters at in chat?
Technically, my soup is called Swamp Assassin because I get into serious legal trouble if I had the word ass in the name of my product. But when you think about it, the word ass is in the word assassin twice, so I just pulled a fast one on every lawyer this side of the Mississippi. Fuck
Is it ass squared? Is that the subtext here? Are we going deep? We're going deep into the trip. Whatever. Oh my God, what's the stupid movie with the dreidel? I can't remember. Oh my God, I'm really upset now because it was the most. It wasn't. I think it was a Christopher Nolan movie, right? Where he spins the top and it spins in. Oh my God, how do I not remember this movie? Inception, was that the one? I can't remember. Are we deep in that?
You, Arthur Morgan. As one of those perpetually cold MFs that's freezing his ass off all year round, the warm embrace of boiling hot swamp ass is my favorite. We just took ramen and made it better, because unlike regular ramen that burns your hands when you pick it up, apparently that's a very serious issue, our cups are insulated, so you can carry it anywhere you want without torching yourself in flames. We also added a separate flavor packet that regular ramen doesn't have, so you can customize the taste and sodium content. If you're watching your sodium intake, then just add a sprinkle. If you're electrolyte flavor maxing, then dump the whole thing in there. I don't care. My mom...
But hear me out. Can we microwave it? Because apparently you're not supposed to microwave top ramen. Kip, what do you mean? It says it on the thing. I can't read. But can we microwave the cup?
Would beat me with a baseball bat if she ever caught me using the whole packet. All I'm saying is you're in control. We even left a small fork inside so you can grab a cup on the way to work without needing cutlery. Take my word that the beefy flavor of swamp ass is goddamn delicious. Even if you reduce me to 1 meal per day, you better believe I'm reaching for this ramen.
I'm on Twitter, and I just saw a tweet that I really need to share with you. And it's from an account that has no profile picture, and the tweet is, if my 6-year-old son doesn't go viral on TikTok, he will be reduced to 1 meal per day. Like, I literally fed you last week. Like, are you serious? You're still complaining.
Bricks and cups are on sale now, and using code BADGER will get you 10% off. Do not forget to use my affiliate code. It's all about the fucking money, Spider-Man. Thank you so much for hearing me out and using code BADGER at checkout so I can pay for videos like this and continue doing the work that I love. It's been 4 goddamn months. Please save me.
Nice work, bitch.
You know what? A+. I would say that's like a solid 9 out of 10, bordering on a 10 out of 10. I liked it. A little bit of a hard cut from the Helldivers segment, but that was artistic. I liked it. It was animated beautifully. Got all the information across it needed to. It felt like it spoke to me as a consumer. It came with the fork. Dude, the fork already got me sold, okay? It means I have to put in less effort. A+, 10 out of 10. Can't wait to see how many people use Shy Lily's code instead of Badger.
Now that I've killed your hunger, it's about time we killed some bugs to the tune of 2 billion every 24 hours, which sounds exaggerated, but I can assure you, it's not.
Okay, I gotta get this timing just right. Okay. There we go.
Now you gotta show me, baby.
Oh, 46? No fucking way, dude. What? What?
Yo.
46 with that hell bomb? And the bugs aren't the only ones racking up the deaths, because life as a Helldiver is so dangerous that billions have already died, and you have an approximate life expectancy of 2 whole minutes.
Oh, you called it. Oh, Riley.
What did you call in? What did you call in? Call it out. Oh my god.
Oh, he called in fucking eternal damnation.
If you ask me, a Helldiver is an expendable weapon that is not only willing to die for an oil company, Super Earth, but is so excited to die for said oil company that it's almost inspiring.
I want to ride the mechanism. Let's ride the mechanism.
Let's break all our bones.
Helldivers are technically the tip of the spear special forces of Super Earth, but I'm not really sure that checks out. For context, Super Earth has billions of conscripted soldiers. They train tens of millions at a time, and that training can be as short as 72 hours long. That is 3 days. They may be doing impossibly dangerous special forces missions, but I'm not sure they're getting special forces training, which in-game is about 5 minutes.
I'm gonna keep it real. That might have been less than 5 minutes.
Now there's a Helldiver.
To be fair, it tells you everything you need to do. Dodge under fire. Don't get hit. Throw the funny grenade in the bug hole. Grats smacks you on the ass. You're good to go. You know what? Still more training I've received than at jobs I held.
Once your training is complete, they freeze your ass, ship you to a super destroyer, and thaw you out for your first mission, if everything goes according to plan, which is not always the case.
Only bug lovers say bad shit against the government. Wait. It kicked me out of the freezer when you joined, Clue, and I'm still back here. I'm stuck in here.
Stuck.
Mickey, you don't even...
There's a bug where you can actually get put on the ceiling. It's great when these happen.
Have a damn torso, Mibgy. All right, run away. It'll be funny.
No. All right, let's just go start a mission.
But assuming they unfroze you correctly, it's time to assume command of your ship, which they allow you to name using a generator, like the SES blank of blank.
The USS Fist of Family Value. Yeah, I know that you can name your ship Wings of Redemption. I saw a bunch of that. I can't take that shit no more, man. When lactose intolerant MFs find out they live in the Milky
The ship is here to support you in what's formerly called the Second Galactic War as you fight to defend the interests of Super Earth. This galactic war is broken down into a live map of sectors which each contain planets for you to liberate in your fight against the bots and bugs. The names of which I decided to read every single one of so I could familiarize myself with the landscape of the galaxy.
Lang suck on this? What? What is this shit? All right, Dripnir, Mantis, Ingmar.
Did you say Dripnir?
Yes, it's absolutely Dripnir. No, Dripnir or Guapnir, whichever one you choose.
You can't have all of these illustrious names and then just Hydrobius. Yo, are you wet? No. I am Hydrobius.
No.
Sheet. All right, we have to scat bang.
Oh, bro.
No.
Turn the
It's concerning that it's 100% liberated.
I am declaring exterminatus. We are not going to this planet.
Beyond
Strategic value for that is not absolute. Oh my god.
the silly names, this sector warfare is an incredible feature. This is not some randomly generated map of bad guys that is only in your game on your PC. This is a fully connected online war where your actions in your game have a direct impact on the global game that all Helldivers are fighting against the enemies of Super Earth. You are virtually fighting alongside millions of other players to liberate as many planets as possible, which I view as an incredible experience, but some of my buddies don't exactly share my enthusiasm.
Is Heavenly just leaning back in his chair and calling the entire universe trash in this game?
Listen, all right, I've been holding back on this way late as hell. Shut the fuck up. Listen, you see that planet underneath Malevolent Creek down there, that red one? I was there for 2 weeks liberating that bitch. I got it to 100% by the sweat and blood of my own body, and no one gave a fuck when it went back down. No one defended it. No one stopped it. They let the whole bitch go, and every fucking 10-year-old with a fucking phone is like, Malevolent Creek, I'm gonna kill you, bro. I'm gonna unplug your mouse.
Why are you so pressed about a place called Durgan, dog?
I swear to God. It's a stupid fucking creek. No one can. It's Space Vietnam. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. Malevolent Creek's right there. Me and the boys on Durgan getting mad in the day.
Like, you can't be that pressed about a place called Durgan. That just can't be anything important there. It's just not possible.
That guy's selling merch, by the way. Heavenly's got a brand new line of crab swag on sale now. So if you're also a fan of yelling at children that don't know shit about Helldivers and are always fighting on the wrong planets, I'll leave a link below. Back to
finally a brand for me. No, for real though, like Heavenly is incredibly just underrated in my opinion. I had to find his YouTube channel. There's actually a thing I've been trying to put out, but my editing software has been little borky the past couple of days. Yeah, his channel exists. It does not show up when you search Heavenly Father. You have to dig for it, but his channel does exist, and I've been trying to promote that for a couple weeks now, because this man is definitely underrated.
But I was saying, this fight for sector control is broken down into planets, which are broken down into operations, which are broken down into missions, and finally broken down into objectives, like blowing up a bunch of eggs, for example.
Got him. That's neat. This is a really fun objective.
At their core, almost all these objectives are
I love that he has the milk carton now. We started with the mic. We went to whatever that rectangle was. Now we're just at milk. I like the subtlety of him just having random stuff in his hands. That it's just completely random. He could be holding a tiny little like hunter model next, like just tiny like hunter bug, and just speaking into that. This is the subtext that I crave.
On things, so if you can operate a directional pad and not shoot civilians, I mean, you'll be fine.
I had to do it, all right? You gotta give me a freebie.
Stop
you gotta give me one freebie. All right, Digi.
Digi. Yes.
Digi, you sound like you're doing the fast bag in a boxing gym, I swear to God.
Wait, what? I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. Are you okay?
But even though these tasks are basic at their core, I gotta give the devs a lot of credit for making these little jobs fit into the larger campaign of Super Earth. Reactivating pumps to extract precious oil, rescuing scientists on overrun planets, even uploading some soil data so it can be evaluated by command for critical resources. It may sound dumb that you're willing to die for some soil on a distant planet, but if you take a closer look at the last 3 letters in that word, it may start to make sense.
Okay, as an Idaho kid who went through high school here, because we had plant and soil sciences, the fact that he said soil and not dirt, that's a weird W, but I'm gonna give it to him. Okay, a lot of people out there, what do you mean soil versus dirt? He gets the W here. We also have my favorite mission, which is the baby. The bug mission where you have to take the little larva that just like it jumps around in the little tube and hits its head against the tube and it just screams the whole time. You have to like get the baby. Insert your terminal montage, like close up of the baby here. Take the little worm to extract. It's so good. Actually, my favorite sub objective.
So much shit on the objective.
That was like
fuck
6
it. I'm gonna
fucking
slam it and then I'm gonna die with it.
You are not fighting this. It's just not happening.
Oh no.
For future reference, jumping from height, you should not dive. Oh, you have to hit 3.
I got it.
Wow.
I got it.
Any objective that isn't press E on terminal is typically going to involve blowing some shit up like a robot production factory or a pesky bug hole just begging for a grenade.
All right, if I hit this grenade toss, godlike yeet. Come on.
Oh,
I hit it.
He scored.
Way. Jordan from 3. I can't believe that happened. I cannot.
There's some weird ones that don't work. What is it? Rocket Expendables. I usually rock those in team activities, like if I'm going in on like 9 or 10. No, I haven't done 10 yet. No, on 9s. I rock those very specifically because it's like what, a 60-second cooldown, and some really well placed expendables off cooldown. Just they clear some of those elites. Like they've cleared Impalers, the odd Bile Titan when its head actually registers the hit, which I didn't know was a known bug, that the Bile Titan head wasn't registering certain things, which made it make sense why I'm wasting like 3 or 4 expendables on this thing's face. Like there's some weird bugs that have just absolutely been odd to experience.
I believe that happened.
Missions can vary in their time to completion depending on the objective types and how much you care about side quests, like gathering samples, which you can use to upgrade your ship.
Goofy ass samples.
Yeah,
unless it's a
super.
There's a super
uranium. What?
Yeah, no.
That's actually one of those I actually disagree with on a inherent level. I disagree with how they changed super samples. I think because it was, what is it? 1 to 3 is green, 4 to 6 is oranges, and 7 and up was purples. They moved purples down to 6. I mean, I come at risk of coming across as an elitist. I disagree inherently moving it down to 6 because, especially with the philosophy that we discussed earlier in regards to apparently not even playing over 4 and 5 for testing, right? Not having that focus group. I think that it was really disingenuous to move it down a tier. So that is one of my hot takes in terms of Helldivers. I don't know why they did it other than to cater to a casual base. But then again, dear viewer, I'm not good at the game. I'm bad at the game, and I still play on 7s. So all I'm saying, that's one of my big points of contention with the samples. I don't like that they moved them down.
Super samples. Yeah, they get you better shit.
I'm so super excited for the super uranium to
You
give
get
me
that super
super
uranium.
cancer.
If you're a completionist that loves squeezing the juice out of a mission, it could take 30 minutes. But if you're really in a hurry and know what you're doing, it could be 30 seconds.
Oh, that's not even a bunker.
Yo, the bunker is right here. What are you talking about, dog? All right, up, right, down, down, down. Yeet.
It's not gonna be that big.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That is gonna be bad.
There you go. All right, extract. Get the fuck out of here right now. You can't
cannot
just
believe
land
that
and
was
blow
just
up the
loud.
bunker. Oh, are you sure about that?
Every mission is critical because if you fail one mission, you fail the entire operation.
Right.
But if it's any consolation, you don't have to survive a mission to complete it. As long as the objectives are done, we're good, dog. You say 100% casualty rate. I say mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Exactly. Same thing.
You know what?
It's done.
What was that mission like 30 minutes too? It's like 30 minutes of grinding away. That's hilarious.
Bile Titan in the distance, just like ain't no thing. God, dude. I'm so used and so tired having fight 3 Bile Titans at once. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong. I'm actually looking forward to if the buffs go through and we have tools to deal with not only the chaff, but more elites. Throw 5 Bile Titans at me. I don't care. Give me the ability to fight them. Give me actual relevant damage thresholds that don't feel like I'm getting cheaped out, right? There was that video that came out in regards to how damage works in Helldivers, and say like a hunter has like 100 or 120 health. We'll say 100 for example's sake, right? And you have a breaker that if all shots hit, it's like 30 damage. So you have 30, 30, 30, and you have the extra 10. There definitely seem to be some like arbitrary weird damage thresholds. If you know which video I'm talking about, in the description or in the comment section, say what it is and who did it, and like I'll try to pin it at the top in case people haven't seen it. Obviously that's going to be out of date going into these buffs, but like, yeah. Just give me the tools to fight it. I don't care. Throw 5 Bile Titans at me. Throw 6 Chargers at me. 8 Chargers I'm used to fighting. It's fine. I assure you. I just need the tools to fight everything else that comes along with it. Especially because hunters are oddly tanky.
Of course, completing a mission but dying in the process will have some downsides, like lesser rewards, because failure to extract means failure to retrieve your samples, so you can say goodbye to your super uranium.
Wait, let me fucking reload. The Uber's here. Just get in the car. Get in the damn car, Morty.
Bye, Badger.
Shoot Digi on the way in. You're saying bye.
Yeah, you can do that. Yep.
You dropped all my samples, you
That's a feature.
I did not think you could do that.
You can.
I did not think you could shoot somebody in the ship. Why did they let you do that?
No. You take full damage.
You're absolutely splattered. Dog.
So good.
They're gonna have to clean you up with a mop.
Yeah. Hey, shit left of him, bro. That's it.
Fly back to the ship.
I thought Heavenly was on that nut shit, but he knew exactly what he was doing. You cannot imagine my surprise, Digi. When you splattered, I didn't think that was gonna happen when I pulled the trigger. That was so scary. Digi, why aren't you in this MVP screen?
Very undemocratic, bro.
You're welcome to fight the enemy on any open planet in any sector, but the game tries to unify the player base around larger story missions called major orders. Like, hey,
So getting into this, I want to take a second. We're going to take a little minute here, and we're going to explain why I think Helldivers at launch proved that live services can be done. But unfortunately, I think they're doomed to fail. So in more or less words, right? The reason that I feel Helldivers succeeded at launch is because it felt like Badger was saying. It felt like a unified community. We were able to, all of us kind of come together to work on these major objectives, these major orders. We even had at the beginning, remember, we had like, what was it, weekly bonus stratagems, right? How they have those blank slots you never use. They were giving us like bonus mech, bonus minefield, bonus eagle stratagems, right? They were just giving us bonus stuff. But then that started stopping after a little while. And my criticism started to kind of pile in because at the beginning it was banger after banger after banger after banger, right? Like it was rapid fire updates. And it felt like we were living in an organic live service. Like it was organic. It was a live service, games as a service. But when the update started slowing down, because inevitably you're not going to be able to meet that, I understand that. I totally get that. The game started to kind of lose some appeal to me, up to the point recently where the bots were heading towards Super Earth. And the way that I heard the situation happen is instead of going for Super Earth at the last moment, they kind of deviated because we didn't meet the threat. We didn't fight them off. That was a big pain point in the community was, okay, let's fail this then. Okay. So to me, my immersion got broken because it just seems like, the devs, they don't want Super Earth to get taken, right? They don't want the game to be quote unquote over for all intents and purposes. So it felt like Deus Ex Machina devs came in, made bots go over an entire sector. That broke my immersion. But I think that what people want from a live service, companies aren't willing to provide. And let's take the AAA, quadruple A studios here, right? Well, everyone wants their games as a service, their live service phenomenon with microtransactions, macrotransactions, if you will, things like that. Things like, Call of Duty, Destiny, etc. But the problem that Destiny players like me have ran into is when the updates stop coming, or like, you know, the expansion drops, Final Shape dropped, banger, awesome. When people actually got into the servers, they liked the campaign, but then we returned more and more of the monotony, more of the same, more of that tedium, right? And that, for extended periods of time, ends up driving people away. It feels like at that point less of a live service and more of a game I have to play by connecting to a server that sometimes gets updates. And it's the WoW phenomenon of, hey, cool, new WoW expansion drops, gonna play it 2 weeks in. Well, I got my PvE and PvP gear. Yeah, I guess it was an okay expansion. And then you drop off, and then you get ready for the next expansion. You get back in 2 weeks prior to that expansion. And it's the WoW effect. I understand WoW because I play Destiny for so long, okay? So, to kind of capstone and summarize this entire thing, it's that when you look at games as a service or a live service experience, I think early Helldivers had the right idea, being organic, being back-to-back, throwing things at you, throwing updates, free stratagems. They didn't even give us those free stratagems after a while. Think about it, like everyone gets a free anti-tank mine strategy, right? Then cool, yeah, you see a bunch of anti-tank mines. Use it as beta testing to see how many players are using it. Sure, you're going to have 100% usage because it's a bonus stratagem that everyone gets to, though. But especially if there's a way to track how much damage AT mines are doing compared to how many used, right? That's an organic way to get feedback and stuff. When the updates stop becoming so consistent, and when it feels more like you just have to connect to a server to play the game than being in a live service, a live experience, that's when people start having issues. I'm enjoying Elite Dangerous right now. Holy crap, it's got a learning curve. I'm still nowhere near super deep into it. I almost have my fleet carrier thanks to EXO, though. I'm super happy about that. But like, I connect to it and feel like I'm exploring and engaging with the galaxy in Elite Dangerous, and fighting Thargoids, especially the Titans. When I can finally get to that, the last 2 Titans are the ones that are remaining as of this video. Like, it feels like I'm engaging. It's that sense of community, and Helldivers feels like it started to have a lack of that sense of community and a sense of kind of guidance, so to speak. But that's kind of my thoughts on the situations. I don't think that games as a service and live services are bad. I think that the lack of care and the unwillingness, especially for AAA and quadruple A studios, to really take care of them and to put content out with them, I think that's what ultimately kills them as a product. But that I'm curious to hear what people think of this. This has been something I've been thinking on. I've been cooking for a little bit with.
Hey, we're trying to build a bunch of training facilities for new recruits on these 4 planets, so if you hold them until we complete construction, we'll hit you with a big reward. Personal orders are very similar, only you're completing them on an individual level, like getting 200 kills with 500 kilogram bombs.
500 kg? Okay, yeah. Bile Titan, that's valid.
Okay.
19 bomb, baby. All right. All right.
This giant galactic warrior fighting even has a game master, as in a human guy at Arrowhead pulling the strings of the enemy to keep things fun. And apparently that guy's name is just Joel.
This is where we get into the accusation that what I was talking about, where the bots deviated, that Joel just will not let the game die. That's at least the allegation. Yeah, no, Joel in the beginning though, super cool. I hear he was popping into people's streams, especially early. To clarify, I was going to clarify this at the end, and I'll clarify it there as well. I harp on the game because I know it can be better and want it to be better, especially for the fans who feel like they've been disserviced, whether it be by the Sony thing, whether it be by our second round at this point of talking about nerfs, right? Because remember, we've had this nerf discussion before. They said they'd fix it before. So in 6 months, I'm expecting us to have the exact same conversation on nerfs. I'm just expecting it at this point. I harp on a game because I want it to be better. I look at Rainbow Six Siege and think, yeah, it's a cool game, but I don't really have much commentary criticism there because, 1, I don't play it. 2, I'm not paying a sub fee to play Rainbow Six Siege right now. Not at this point. I'm way too late into the game to really have it matter to me. Plus, every time I tried to buy the Master Chief skin, Ubisoft willingly did not take my money. That was funny.
Say goodbye to your robot ass. Oh my god! Yo, he went so far. I love how Joel does that. He just puts a hell bomb conveniently next to the 3 biggest dipshits in the entire robot army.
Completing objectives to accomplish missions, to finish operations, to capture planets, to secure sectors will ultimately leave you with a shitload of currency to make yourself more powerful and make the enemy more deader.
That's hippies.
Any conversation about your power, and specifically increasing your power, has to start with your ship. Because if we're talking damage, we gotta be talking destroyer.
Orbital strike incoming.
Ooh, dog.
So good.
Nice shot.
Dogged, baby. That's why those samples I was talking about are so vital, because you use them to upgrade your ship's modules, which can radically enhance dozens of the largest weapons at your disposal called stratagems, which I'll get to in a second.
The pain point I've seen people talk about is orange samples become the pain point because of how many are required. Sure, yeah, you can, get 200 greens for something, and then you spend your 200, but you can get your greens back pretty quickly within several games. The orange, and even then purples, like I don't need purples for a hot minute. It's the oranges, unironically, that are kind of that pain point and that progress point for a lot of players, which, I mean, to be fair, the answer to that is just to play more games and to go strictly try to go after those oranges. But you do run into the issue of, like, that will be the pain point when you're upgrading stuff. To be fair, there's like there's a ship upgrade that's like, what is it? Your stratagems are like, 5 or 10% quicker just overall. Oh my god, the 380 becomes way better with certain stratagems that tighten up that grouping. Woo, baby.
Upgrades can range from more ammo to shorter cooldowns to tighter spreads to more damage. This is the definition of more guns, son. And some of these descriptions are downright absurd.
Oh, synthetic supplementation. Look at synthetic
Engineering
supplementation.
Integrates moderate doses of amphetamines and androgenic steroids into diet of loading crew, leading to increased pace, focus, and stamina, among other effects.
So good.
We're natty.
The shells are coming with bite marks.
Every loader is like Sam Sulek.
You're gonna see like hand dents
Yep.
in the sides of the missiles.
They're not even firing them. They're throwing them at the planet's surface.
Your upgrades to these modules are a blanket boost to your stratagems, which I'd consider to be the weapons that make Helldivers 2 Helldivers 2.
Right,
Right, absolutely.
Oh god, it's attached it.
Run northeast, Bing. Run north. Well, dial it.
I win. Stratagems are a support weapon that your ship provides you on command when you crank out a sequence of arrow keys, Dance Dance Revolution style.
I love that he has a paintbrush now. We've gone from Mike to like stapler effect, what looked like a stapler kind of, to a milk carton, to a paintbrush now. This is the best follow through I've ever seen on a joke. Oh my god, like he's going the distance here. I can't wait to see what else. No, stratagems are 100% where the game is played. Yes, absolutely. You have your power weapons. Like I myself, I'm a bubble arc caster, right? I like staying mid to kind of long, mid long range, and I like to be able to retreat, kite around and try to control what's coming at me, right? And then play bullfighter with the charger when it comes at me, right? Or kind of cry when the impaler sees me from across the map. But like certain stratagems feel like they are incredibly underused in certain aspects or don't get the chance to shine because we have like the orbital laser like he's using. That's on like a 3-4 minute cooldown. It's on a fairly heavy cooldown. Am I saying we need to be firing, orbital lasers off left and right? No, absolutely not. I think that if they wanted to continue with, we want to nerf primaries and secondaries and power weapons, okay, that's fine. We can have those as kind of a last resort backup option. But how do you deal with the stratagem situation where the majority of your players can feel safe and comfortable with that? And I think it's safe to say majority of our players, because we're down by 10% from the all-time peak, at least on Steam charts from players. There's going to be people commenting, and rightly so. Hip, I really don't use many stratagems on 10, and I do the game completely fine. Awesome. Glad that you can do it. I definitely struggle a little bit on 7s and 9s, especially when my 7s have so many chargers. Oh my god, so many chargers. Right? But I mean, that's just one of the things, like, even if you do nothing about that, just understanding, like, the argument at play here, right? If you want to nerf the weapons, right? Like, take your right and left hand, right? Your hands are at the same level. If you want to take your left hand, your weapons, and nerf those, bring it down, but you do nothing with the stratagems, right? You have a net loss in I would argue, engagement and game state, right? For if you lower your left hand again, right? Lower your left hand, lower the weapons, but raise your right hand, raise your stratagem usage, raise, I guess technically in that case, lower the cooldowns and stuff like that, up the power of some of them, maybe the destructivity, right? You see how you're kind of at the same, rather than both of you at 50, one goes down to 0, the other goes to 100. In both, you're still at 100, right? 50 plus 50 is 100, 0 plus 100 is 100, 25 plus 75 is 100, right? It depends on where your benchmark is. And I'm actually a fan of having like some sort of automatic, primary weapon, a weapon from each slot that's kind of your benchmark, right? Am I necessarily saying that, the breaker spray needs to be his weapon in the game? No, absolutely not. And that's the thing, is metagames will develop in anything and everything. If you have a game, if you have a system, if you have anything, there will always be a meta. There will always be something that does the job that you need to do better than everything else. I absolutely agree. If there is something that is best in slot, if for some reason, say like the railgun on safe does like 2,000 damage, right? And you use, okay, just why are you not using the railgun? Yes, you want to use other things for fun, but why are you not using the railgun? Okay, when we're talking best in slot, that's why nerfs need to happen. However, in game design, you often find that you can give players power, incremental increases, but then when you start taking power away and not seemingly answering any of that feedback and criticism, you start running into an audience that has issues. Just certain things game design-wise to think about.
Me when I fuck up the first input on the strategy.
I've done it so many times.
Okay,
Wow,
so where are they going?
You buy them with requisition slips or yellow R, which are gained by completing objectives, finishing missions, and, playing the game.
After death, let's go. It works.
So
Stratagems are the spice of Helldivers 2, and I absolutely adore how much they let you express yourself, almost like giving a unique personality to your style of combat. I'm not trying to say that splattering billions of bugs with heavy ordnance makes me an artist, but I do consider the rail cannon to be my personal paintbrush.
Has anybody seen my
So
backpack?
good.
Did that Bile Titan eat my backpack? Oh, more stuck in half. Hell no, boy.
He's just dead. Descends.
Sink into the ground. What?
This is a benefit to this game. I love when they do this. Sometimes they'll either get stuck in animations, but even when they're not stuck in animations, this is how the game cleans up a lot of the corpses, is that they'll just descend vertically through the ground. Imagine, if you will, seeing this in Call of Duty, right? Let's say Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We see this exact same thing. How many people would call it sloppy, uninspired, you're not dealing with your game right? Or a quadruple A game if they did this. Helldivers gets away with this because it adds to the experience, in my opinion, because it's janky, it's funny, it's really cool to come across, and it makes, for all intents and purposes, sense. Not like this should not be critiqued to the same level as quadruple A and triple A experiences. The definition of a triple A and quadruple A experience is that it is just that. This is supposed to be the premier experience, the premiere of the premiere in the quadruple A case. Yes, we know that that's not really the case. Okay, I just completely just BS'd all of you by saying that. We know that triple A and quadruple A don't stand by that, but that's what that originally was supposed to mean. That's why we call them AAA, quadruple A. They're supposed to set themselves apart, but now it's kind of just become a label of shame.
I'll be right back, guys.
Stratagems force you to make tough choices because there are over 50 to choose from, but you can only bring 4, each with their own ups and downs. Why don't we take the rail cannon, for example, the weapon that I've shown you like 86 trillion times. The crushing impact of this metal spike traveling at 7 times the speed of sound makes it the king of boss-killing single-target damage.
Now, what if I just threw a rail cannon strike on that bitch?
Oh, okay.
You could.
No, we're talking strategy. Okay.
Goofy as hell.
It's so good. I like the rail cannon. I usually rocked before I settled on bubble backpack arc thrower. I ran Eagle 500, Eagle Airstrike, the upgrade that gives you two 500s and 3 airstrikes. I'd run a rail cannon, and then I'd probably run something like Expendables. I've now settled on bubble backpack arc thrower as my play style. But I mean, look, it's like a 4-minute cooldown, but oh my god, the rail cannon strike actually does numbers. It's actually nutty. If you've never tried it, just slot it in as a stratagem slot. Like, it is great when you're trying to take down something like a Bile Titan. Or the random hunter.
Yeah, Bile Titan. Oh, what the?
But this single target damage is useless if you're getting eaten alive by a swarm of bugs and need to squash 20 targets at once. In that case, you'd much rather have an Eagle Airstrike than a rail cannon.
I'm just so slowed. Actually, I got this. Eat this. Eat this. You can kill me all you want. I've already won. 25 bomb, baby. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah.
Much like the weapons in any game, stratagem selection is a never-ending triage of trade-offs, and you're forced to decide which have the upsides you want and the downsides you can tolerate. A wise man once told me that you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want, and that fits stratagem selection like a glove. If you ask me, you've got 5 buckets to choose from and tons of variety within each bucket. bucket. Orbitals are the biggest and baddest around, harnessing the power of your super destroyer to output either massive damage, long duration, or in some cases, both.
Hey, what are you doing here?
You should melee me. You should melee me.
Oh, no. 50-50. You have no idea the ragdoll you just shoved me into. That piss laser hit me so hard, I went under the map, dog. I went under the map. And then I got rolled like a damn taquito.
You're like all 50-50 it laser beam from fucking space? I don't think so, dog.
Well, I guess when it hits me 1,000 times a second, I don't really have good odds at that point.
But the downside is that this big damage is slow. It takes a long time to arrive, and you can't have a conversation about orbitals without talking about friendly fire.
You're about to get lasered.
That piss laser is awfully close. I'm not sure I like this.
Damn, you pissed louder.
Oh, what the? Different orbitals having radically different timings has killed more of my teammates than I can count. This one hits in 14 seconds, while this one hits in 4 seconds. And as someone that is constantly changing his stratagems, I am constantly mixing them up.
Okay, just keep running to me. Keep running to me. I'll defend your back. Okay, okay.
Careful, be careful, be careful.
Keep running. You'll make it out. You'll make it out. Oh, okay. Overcalculated, miscalculated. But the wave behind you is definitely evaporated. So some good, some bad. Little column A, little column B.
The key is to find the orbitals that are more than worth the friendly fire, and the 380 barrage is the best trade deal in the history of trade deals. It is so much random damage for such a long time, over such a wide area, that if Digi ends up being blown to bits as collateral damage, that's just the cost of doing business.
But it's so funny because we've definitely had, when we've done our Helldivers streams, our community streams and stuff, the 380 has been so mixed. There are people that love it. There's people that hate the 380. There's people that are just like, oh yeah, no, and me included. It's just like, oh hey, there's a giant bug nest here. Just throwing a 380 down on it, especially when you have the Titan spread on it. But there's people that just go, wow, like why would you do that? Because look, you missed like 2 bugs nests. It is so divisive. It's so funny, and it's not mean-spirited or anything. It's just really funny when you talk to people about the 380. They either love it or they hate it. There's really no in between on it.
If I could just
this thing
380 this entire area.
Yeah, immediately.
God damn it, man.
Some flunky on amphetamines was like, I see him. Target acquired.
Who's this
just to get us out?
motherfucker who just dropped into my grid square?
Like that's enough of a justification. You landed in my grid square.
How could you?
As the most dangerous weapons in the game, I love pushing the limits of their power, and even found a bug with their deployment. After a mission's timer has run out, your super destroyer leaves low orbit and revokes your ability to call in stratagems. But I figured out that if you perform the input and hold the beacon in your hand, you can call in weapons from your ship that isn't even physically there anymore.
What? Is this a bug? I know that sometimes I've had like random revives given despite the carrier being outside of orbit. This feels like a bug. I've never heard of this as a feature. I've never even heard of this.
I have the rail in my hand. I don't know if
that'll work. I think because the ship is left orbit.
No, it won't work anymore. Destroy it. See what happens.
I'm not gonna waste it if a fucking Bile Titan's coming, you asshole.
You can do the funniest thing right now.
I don't see anything except all the eats that we've left on the map.
What?
Hey, look, samples.
Oh my god, it didn't work.
You telling me that shit doesn't work. You learned a hard lesson today.
That's kind of based.
I did not think that would work. Your ship is gone.
Oh, we can't even call your ass in.
No, you can't! The destroyer left!
I myself am a huge
That's gotta be a bug. They probably patched that out. I have no idea what that was.
orbital guy, but most of the player base has a crush on the second bucket of stratagems, Eagles, which are like close air support. They may not pack quite the same punch as orbitals, but their speed and precision makes them a Helldiver favorite for killing what you want and sparing what you don't.
Here, it's okay. I have something for this. Ooh, that's a 26 piece, baby.
Oh, let's go.
The most recognizable eagle by far is the 500-kilogram bomb. And to be frank, it's super fucking mid. It is so mid. If it were a test, it would be a midterm. If it were a time, it would be midnight. If it were a battle of midway, this thing fucking sucks. I'm trying my hardest to avoid making strong indictments of anything in this game, because the second you say something is trash, Arrowhead changes it in 37 different ways and voids your opinion. But in my experience,
I want to point out that even though this is a joke, the fact that this is kind of the opinion, and it's not just him, this is kind of more of like a widespread opinion on Arrowhead, that relates to a core fundamental issue with how buffs and nerfs are handled over there. I mean, to be fair, I've criticized games like Destiny 2, right? Where they'll just nerf, oh, well, we balance for usage, right? Oh, we see that this is getting so much usage, we're going to nerf it. Okay, makes sense. When are you buffing Darcy? And Bungie's just like, what's Darcy? You know, heavy sniper rifle that doesn't see nearly as much usage as Whisper of the Worm, which you clearly buffed. If you're buffing and nerfing based on usage, wouldn't it make sense to be consistent? Meanwhile, they just released like Kavastov. But no, the fact that this is like, you kind of like look at that, right? And you nod. Subconsciously, what's going on? It's because of actions by Arrowhead that we're kind of looking at them and like, yeah, it also makes it impossible for a player to have a benchmark, right? If you say use the Breaker Spray and Pray, and that's your to-go-to weapon, and they keep nerfing it, and they keep making changes to it, at a certain point, your player no longer has any sort of understanding where they're at spatially in the game, right? Nerfing something like the railgun. Okay, sure, whatever. I guess I'll go to the arc thrower. Arc throwers get nerfed. Well, I guess I'll go to the autocannon. Autocannons get nerfed. Well, I guess I'll go to... And the fact that you have to have that, it kind of comes across as a really awful relationship. That's why I often relate Helldivers to, look, Stacy just has to go find herself, okay? We're taking a break. Me and Stacy, me and Helldivers, we're taking a break right now. They got to go find themselves. They got to go find their direction, their place in life. And, you know, one day, maybe they're like, hey, cool, I found my place in life. I figured my stuff out. Let's try this again. But I could be with Shannon, or I could be with Sabrina, right? Sabrina has this really cool cat named Salem. For those of you who know what I'm referencing, I love you. It's just one of those things. It's a small comment that has a cascading effect of just logic to me, because there's a lot of conversations that have happened with Arrowhead, let's put it that way.
With the game, there is a total disconnect between the visuals of a 500 kg and the damage of a 500 kg.
I agree.
Why do I feel like the blast radius on it is a quarter, but the visual radius is like 86 miles? Come on.
I do agree with that, though. The way that I specifically use the 500 is I try to bait really anything with it, like Bile Titans. So I'll pop the 500, and many people do this, right? You pop the 500, you hold it in your hand, you wait for the Bile Titan to chase you, you drop it at your feet, you run forward a little bit, or you stay where you're at, you get the Bile Titan to stop and either swipe at you or puke on you, and then you haul ass, you run. Because your goal is to get either it to land on the Bile Titan, like I've gotten it stuck in its leg at a couple points, to land on it, or right under the Bile Titan, and that way it blows up and then it takes out the Bile Titan. The 500s definitely have a disconnect between the visual and the actual damage that it does. I can 100% get behind where Badger's coming from with this.
This has got to do deeps. This has got to do deeps.
How'd you like to taste of
8? Like, that's such bullshit.
That's not to say you can't rack up a kill count with it. If you funnel enough enemies into a tight enough area, multi-kills are possible.
Yeah, stay here. Stay here.
Oh, you got something.
Yes,
nice.
I got 14 with that 500 kg. That was perfect.
But if you ask me, something like an Eagle airstrike can get you twice the results for half the effort.
You got funny.
requesting air support?
This is gonna be a big one, dog. This is gonna be a big one. Yeah, 23,
awesome.
Baby. There we go.
On that note, if you want to ditch effort altogether, allow me to introduce you to the defensive bucket of stratagems.
It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Damn, that's me. You're kind of playing with fire, but...
What if I dive right in front of the bullet?
Yeah, that's what happens.
I'm so glad my armor's like this.
These turrets are incredibly deadly and versatile because no matter where you drop them, they'll find a way to kill you and all of your teammates. Guaranteed.
Big loop.
Yeah.
You up?
Hey, that was for me.
Shredded.
You did.
Was it shooting at an enemy?
have
Okay,
5
you were shooting at
seconds
an
to
enemy
comply.
in the background.
I offered the rock, paper, scissors game to Clue, and look what you fucking did.
That was the most violent thing I've ever seen in my life.
Who put the turret?
They can be effective, but with the threat of friendly fire and the fact that enemies prioritize them as targets, you kind of have to play around the turret instead of the turret playing around you, and I think that kind of defeats the purpose. However,
I've definitely played with people who just destroy turrets and mortars on site. If we're not playing something, if they're say for example, they're playing with not EMS mortars, they're playing with because I mostly play bugs. I can't do bots. Bots just it's a different play style for me. I would rather the endless hordes of bugs and tools to deal with it than play with bots. Personally, like if they're playing with mortars. The amount of times that like I have been hit with friendly fire with mortars, I don't do it, but there's definitely people I play with that they just destroy it. They don't care who dropped it; they will actually just go out, just like seek and destroy the turret or the mortar because the friendly fire ability is just it's a pain point for people. Like if your group uses it, that's fine. It's not to say don't use these stratagems. Like there's definitely ideology out there that if somebody does drop a mortar or a turret that they will just destroy it. So bear that in mind.
there is one saving grace in this dark green category, and that's landmines. Not because they're good, but because they're funny, and you get
Really? We're gonna go landmines, not EMS mortars. I want to hear this reasoning.
bonus points if one of your teammates is colorblind and can't see the color red.
It would be so awesome. It would be so cool if I took landmines. It would be funny. It would be funny though. It would be funny. It would be funny. It would be funny.
I'm doing landmines.
They are so fucking tiny and not and red.
Wow. Wait. What are you doing over here? Oh my god, you're mine. I can get on. Krill issue.
I'm stepping on the mine.
Don't run in the mine, buddy.
Command's like, go step on the mine. We're out of here.
Like Command would tell you that if you can't get in the
So good.
Go step on mine.
Go step
We
on
don't
a
need you anymore.
Soldier, you know what to do.
That is so much funnier, and it should be less funny that Command would actually tell you that. If you cannot step on the ship, go step on a landmine. Turn back around.
I would honestly have to give it to EMS mortar. I think EMS mortars would be a lot better than mines. The issue that I currently have with the current iteration of mines is that the payout it's the payout compared to the recharge time, the stratagem, refresh time. It's like 2.5 minutes for like incendiary mines or something like that. Like, I'm not saying once again that you should be having to shotgun, 60-second expendables, right? Having something like maybe minute 45, 2 minutes even, I think would make it a little easier in terms of call-ins. But that might also be a limitation of the system having X amount of minefields up at a certain time. I'm sure there's more things that go into this. I personally feel the minefield value does not meet or exceed the potential of something like, even in the same class, like an EMS mortar. Because EMS mortars, remember, they've just outright like stun bugs and stuff. Grats, drop an EMS mortar, have the EMS mortar hit the bug nest. Cool. We're going to call in 2 500 kgs Eagle Airstrike, maybe a 380, depending on the size of it. We're going to just nuke that bug nest.
Now, Digi, that bug is so fucked on your left. He's so good.
They tried to
He's so good. He's not even moving.
You're a fucking turret. Oh my god, you're fucking turret, dude.
Situation.
Bro, it's cooked. Wow, you don't.
Okay.
How are you the one who got fucking tricked?
How are there invisible mines?
Being literally dumber than a bug. Bing is literally dumber than a bug.
Amazing.
Before the flare got off?
Oh my god, I think my nade hit some of your mines. He was flying.
The next bucket of stratagems is vehicles, or should I say vehicle, because as of right now, only the mech is available, which does have some serious killing potential.
Come here, lady.
I just got stepped on by
Ooh,
suckers.
folded. But Arrowhead forgot to add the most critical feature on a mech, which is a melee button. What's the point of a walking tank if it can't punch a bug in the face?
Wait, can I 1v1 him physically?
I mean, at that point, you'd be looking at the Mantis from like Halo 4, having a little stomp or something. But even then, you can kind of just walk over things. Like, Yeah, you might not have a punch, but I mean, you have rockets for your left arm. You have like a chain gun for your right arm, right? You don't really have the ability to just kind of punch things. You are not, what's his face from Space Marine and Space Marine 2? Dude that just has like underarm chain guns that just punches people. The chapter master. I don't remember what his name is. We literally just played Space Marine 2 last night.
Does that work?
What?
If you could stomp, you would have been able to, but I think like after
What?
a while,
The Sam fuck, dog?
You let me know how that went, cause
do you not see my corpse 400 meters away?
Was that the bug where if you turn, was that the one where you turn? Because I was relevant when that first launched. If you turn, the rocket will get stuck in the tube and then it will blow you up. I think that's what that was because he was turning.
In a different direction.
On top of that, it's fragile as glass, and you can't call in any other stratagems while inside of it. So you got to be picky about which teammates you choose to pilot them.
Yes, I can be trusted with the mech. I'm normal.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Look at it.
Let's ride the mechanism. Man, look, dude, I wish we had a mech to handle the fucking Bile Titan. Thanks, man. 2 of them. Thanks, man. You can't make me responsible for that. I will not be responsible for your actions.
I will not be held responsible for my actions.
You don't understand. You signed a contract when you jumped in there. You just didn't know it.
You will die in 5 minutes. That's the contract.
You fat fuck.
Get away from me. Ew.
Ew. That's what I'm telling Bird. That's what I'm telling Bird. That's what I'm telling Bird. Your last words. Ew.
Tell me why the fucking mech is heavily armored and I just threw 1 grenade at Sigrid and she died from full health. Why does that happen?
The mech is odd. There's a couple weird interactions. Did you know that you can have a bubble backpack on and hop into a mech? And you have a little bubble around kind of the center of your mech? Little odd there. If you hop in the mech with the baby, the little bug larva mission objective, I think it just outright squashes it. I can't remember if you can hop in the mech with the SSSD or not, but like there's some odd interactions with hopping in it, which makes me a little like I'm still kind of sad and upset that we don't have that little like Humvee kind of vehicle, that little Warthog style thing to traverse some of the maps a little faster, because that was an old like, oh yeah, we're gonna put this in the game at some point, and you know, definitely has kind of fallen to the wayside as of now. But two, just one of those things that like vehicles are, the mechs do feel a lot better than they used to. Don't get me wrong. Certain mission types and stuff, especially when you have like the Helm's Deep style mission where you have to close the gates. It's the 2 outer gates, 1 inner, 1 close, and you're trying to launch all the missiles. I love those missions. I think that they're great. Good God though, like bots go super. Bots is a coin toss. You get like 2 factory striders and 3 Hulks in there. Man, you're kissing your butt goodbye.
Actually makes no sense.
The worst you can say is no.
Ew. The final bucket of stratagems is by far the most important because unlike Eagles and Orbitals that provide short bursts of support,
kablow, kablow, folded like a damn chair.
Guns and backpacks are your sustained support that often stick with you for the entire game and are basically the main character of your weapon arsenal.
The main thing I like about this is I can just look at Chad and still do my job. Wait.
Big explosions are cool, but having a bubble shield backpack instantly made my kill counts higher and my lifespans longer. It's like I was playing a whole new game.
All right, I'm gonna keep it.
It depends. I feel that the bubble shield has minimal returns on bots. I feel that on bugs, it is an infinitely better stratagem.
Having the shield generator, it's like dropping your difficulty by 2 levels. It's so much easier. It is so much easier. Like, significantly easier.
The other meta-hugging favorite upon release was the railgun. That's essentially a shrunken version of the rail cannon, zipping out big chunks of metal at the speed of sound.
It's got a range.
Oh, no way! No way!
So good.
Wow. Wow. That was like a slingshot that catapulted all of that railgun energy into sending him upwards.
You can even switch it from safe mode to unsafe mode, which unlocks an even greater concussive power with a longer trigger pull, but if you hold it down for too long, there can be disastrous results.
Hey, big fella. We just disappeared.
Yo, wait. I was so captivated by that dude, I forgot that I was on not safe, and I just held the trigger down too long. I was so captivated by the jiggle on that tank. Like, look at this. What is that?
I love that. Everything about this is perfect.
In typical Arrowhead fashion, they nerfed it once everybody started having fun, and that's a good reminder that the second you formulate an opinion on anything in Helldivers 2, they release a patch that makes it outdated.
Once again, I feel that Badge and I are on the same page here. It feels like we're definitely critical of this practice. I'm not going to do the thing where I rehash things I've said prior in the video, right? One, I've talked about this being the kind of precedent that Arrowhead has set. Two, looking at how buffs and nerfs should be absolutely managed, Destiny 2 style, right? What I can say is that you can see how a video, arguably as positive as this, and I'd argue Badger is an incredibly positive individual, also has criticisms when it comes to that. And it leads into my whole thing of it feels like Helldivers too is an abusive relationship. It almost feels much in the way Games Workshop feels hostile towards the 40K fan base. It feels like Arrowhead is hostile towards the Helldivers fan base. Absolutely. It's one of those things where, like, I get random stupid comments all the time, right? I'll get comments saying I pause too much, which there is some validity in that, right? There's some validity in, you know, if I pause to the point that where we're at in the video, if I was at 3 hours, okay, I'm clearly padding some numbers there, right? Like, there's some criticism, there's valid criticism in that. But at the same time, just watch the original Badger video, linked in the description, wink, wink, right? Like, you want to be receptive to feedback, but also be dismissive of awful feedback. But if it's consistently awful feedback, such as the nerfs are hurting the quality of the game, well, is there a common thread here, right? Much in the way that Asmongold will say, you know, how many dots makes a line, right? And I think that's an incredibly fair conversation to have. Like, at the end of the day, you want to, dismiss negative criticism, but you also don't want to be hostile to the point where we're having a second conversation with them about nerfs and the state of the game. And, like, I get it. I understand the top players. I've had comments that go, they have zero issues with this. Like, the nerfs are fine. Just learn to play the game. I understand that you're that good, okay? I'm not that good. People I play with who are way better than me, have these similar concerns. If anything, the reason I left Destiny, a lot of that, was because I got in an argument with a world's first belter. I don't know what raid he did, but I doubt he had the skill to do it. I felt like a carry because he was complaining about how no one's allowed to have an opinion on Salvation's Edge if they did not run it day one. And it was the most brain dead thing I'd heard. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that. I was agreeing with this man that day one Salvation's Edge and Counter-4 specifically has a feedback issue from a learning perspective. Yet still, this dude held on to this weird, just really weird stance of, well, you're not entitled to have an opinion. You didn't run it day one. Yeah, I did literally anything better than spending 20 hours in a raid, spending 8 hours on a single encounter, homie. I had so much better that I did with my day. It was honestly pretty great. But, you know, this goes into the conversation of, if you are the top 1 to 5, even 10%, I'm top 10% of raiders in Destiny 2. My raid report supports this. I don't feel that by any means. And yeah, I have a disproportionate number of Raider Nightmares runs, but I can run Planets Duo. So I'll take that as a W and I'll take that in stride. Like, as a top 10 person who raids, according to raid report in Destiny, I also understand where pain points are going to be for groups. Equally in Helldivers, I understand where there's going to be pain points, and I try to think about everyone's experience. Yes, absolutely. Veteran players should have, and players that are just, you know, the top 10, 1%, you know, 1, 2, 5%, should have a playground. That's why 10 exists, 9 and 10 exist, right? But there's also people that I guarantee you they're going to play on 1 and 2, and they're going to have issues. You have people that are worlds apart, and you have to kind of accommodate the most number of people. To, you know, that's I guess the logical decision why bringing super samples from 7 to 6 was the thing, to make it easier for people to to get into certain things. But was that the right call, or was that a Band-Aid fix because of other underlying issues? Me personally, I definitely have a bias towards top 1, 2, 5%, 10% that seemingly a lot of modern games are catering to, and it's ruining the experience for the rest of the 90%, right? I've raided with people that are far higher than me in raid reports on Destiny, okay? 5%, 2%, probably even some 1% players. Not everyone's like that vocal, just jerkish minority. And if I have raided with you, I assure you, it's been a pleasurable experience, because I have not really had a bad raid. I've had really frustrating raids in regards to 4 hours in Vault of Glass, but like, it really is the unfortunate few that are kind of being that vocal minority that are ruining a lot of things for a lot of different people. So this is all to say that these criticisms are here for a reason, and that the frustration is valid. We're not asking to be handed easy wins, easy W's. If I wanted easy W's and to fall asleep, I'd play like 5. I'd play 6, right? But we need tools to deal with, like throw bugs at me, throw 8 Chargers, throw 4 Bile Titans, throw 2-3 Impalers at me. I just need the tools to deal with that. And that's fine. We're fine at that point. And Helldivers is kind of caught in this weird situation between realism and power fantasy. And these two don't inherently mix. It's much in the way that PvE players and PvE players don't necessarily mix. Yeah, it's a game. It's the game that you're playing, right? Yeah, there's kind of a realism aspect because you're going for that, nitty-gritty, Starship Trooper style setting, right? But realism, it has to make concessions to prevent power fantasy. Power fantasy smiles in the face of realism. You have to pick and choose what you're going to go with here. And I think that a lot of players, especially at launch with the railgun that Badger was talking about, a lot of people liked that power fantasy with the railgun. They felt powerful. They felt like it was cool. Did it need a nerf? No. I think consensus at this point is just give us the unnerfed railgun back. They've buffed it with the buff that they're going into. My understanding is the railgun will be more powerful than it was at launch. So I'm interested to see where this goes from a balancing standpoint, but I also have the acknowledgement that I'm playing things like Elite Dangerous now. I'm doing other things that, if this goes south, I absolutely feel bad for the players that still want to play this game, who remember the good times, who remember Creek, who have so many good experiences on the game. But I'm only willing to spend so much time and attention on a game that feels like it's almost an abusive relationship. It feels like it's hostile towards its player base. So I like that it seems like both of us are pretty critical on these practices.
Oh wow!
So
if
good.
you hold down with the rear gun, yeah, they really explode. They really go away.
The trade-offs between weapons and backpacks is much deeper than you may think, and the autocannon is a perfect example. You've already seen how deadly it is. It outputs a stupid amount of damage over any distance.
This gun is so good. It's so good.
The autocannon is probably my favorite equipable in the game.
Was this prior to the nerf that it started to bounce off Charger armor? I think this was prior to that.
But you have to carry a backpack to reload it, which means you can't use a bubble shield or any other pack for that matter. And you have to stop moving to reload it. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been chased by monsters the size of buildings, but standing still tends to be a bad idea.
Hey, who wants to help me with this Bile Titan?
No boy. Hoopla.
I mean, I have to eventually. He's been chasing me for 20 minutes. I need all of you to shut up. I've been being chased by a Bile Titan for the entire fucking game. Shut up.
The grenade launch.
Sometimes those Bile Titans, sometimes they got your number.
Sure is another favorite of mine and another great example. It can chew through hordes of enemies, even faster than an autocannon. You can reload it on the move, and apart from a tiny friendly fire risk, it is damn near perfect.
Watch this, Vada. Watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Okay, you'll die, but I want to do it. 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 It was so cool, though. It was so cool. It was so cool.
I got turned into a 6-piece.
It was so cool, though. It was so cool.
Until you have to reload it and realize that this perfect weapon chews through ammo just as fast as it chews through enemies, which forced me to use a resupply backpack for extra ammo, which is an additional stratagem, and now 2 of my 4 stratagems are dedicated to one weapon.
Is that an empty Cheese Whiz can? What is he holding? That looks like an empty can of some variety.
I don't think it's worth it because the combo is godlike, but you see that this gun backpack relationship is deeper than it seems.
Oh, right, watch this, watch this. No, watch
We should all keep our turrets and put them in like one spot.
Oh my! And there goes the mech. Collateral damage. Not my job. Not my problem. Forget about it. Forget about it.
I just cry to the VA about it.
Oh no!
If you want to complain, you can die. All right. Step on a landmine. Fuck you.
Bro, I feel like I hear actual tears from Herboku right now.
I'm just a menace. I'm a menace to society, Herboku. I am a menace. I'm a menace. I'm a menace. I have nothing to say. I'm a menace. I'm a menace.
Even the anti-tanks.
I do actually really like, before we get into the next segment, I actually really do like the backpack system because it is, as he's saying, a trade-off. You have a backpack slot that you have to use to reload your weapon, say an autocannon, right? Like, and it's slower to reload. The trade-off for that is that, you generally have a larger damage output DPS than something like, say, the Arccaster. Where the Arccaster, I can have a bubble shield, I can play at medium range, I can keep things at bay, I can kind of pick and choose, I can kind of kite an encounter and try to resolve the encounter. However, with an autocannon and the amount of ammo that it has, even if you have to sit still and it's a slow reload, you have DPS to just punch through a situation rather than kite around a situation to flank a situation and try to resolve it. Like, that's the trade-off, is you lose your backpack slot, that's fine. What in place of a bubble shield do you have access to? What in place of a resupply pack do you have access to? It has to meet, generally, or exceed the value of those backpack-only stratagems to have use case. And so in that case, if you have a backpack weapon, I'm perfectly fine with a higher damage output, even potentially with a finite ammo count, having a higher penchant to actually reload certain things. It's one of those things. It's very interesting. And even then, you can actually have you or your buddy have a resupply backpack down, and it leads into this kind of playability, right? Let's say you're playing with the autocannon and you're on cooldown, but you don't need your backpack because your backpack's empty. Drop it. Your buddy drops a shield, bubble shield, so you have your bubble shield until your thing is back up, and then you drop your bubble shield to get your ammo back on your new autocannon, and then your third person picks up that bubble because they've really needed it this entire game, right? Like, there's levels of play with the modularity here.
Stratagems pose a similar dilemma because at higher levels the tank spawns are so frequent that somebody's got to carry an explosive anti-tank.
Give me my EAT, bitch! Got him! Got him! I need another one.
And the EAT is incredible because it fires instantly. You get 2 rockets per drop, and the 70-ish second cooldown is so fast that I started using the drop pod delivery as a weapon.
Right, it would be.
It's true. He speaks the truth. I have done this. Anti-tanks are amazing, especially when you have them down to 60.
So sick if I hit this shot. It would be so sick if I hit this shot. It'll be so sick if I hit this shot.
Yeah.
I hit it! No way I hit it! But then out of nowhere, Arrowhead dropped the Kesar cannon that made everybody rethink their anti-tank loadout.
Houseway.
You mean Quasar cannon? I've never heard it Kesar cannon. I'm just thinking of a quesadilla cannon now.
How?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay, it is funny to vaporize things. I will give them that.
It's good.
You're killing like the weakest enemy on the map.
And he died. He died.
Yeah, he did. He did die. He did.
This dude about to die too.
The meta is not important. It is the death.
And obviously, its major downside is the firing time, because unlike the EAT that is instant, the Kesar has a delayed mechanism that can blow up in your face.
Okay, I can't do shit about the charger, but
Got it.
I don't think I've ever seen a charger get hit so hard, dog.
You just play college ball, you know.
Queso is good because it blows your fucking face off, dude.
But if you can tolerate the delayed trigger and cooldown mechanic, it's basically an EAT that has unlimited ammo. Yeah. You don't need to constantly call it in and still packs the punch you're looking for.
I kind of wanted it to happen because I thought you would die too. No. The impact, the energy, the force on that dog is so merciless. Oh my god.
Some stratagems are just a waste of time, like the spear, which is technically anti-tank but has a broken lock-on mechanic that doesn't work half the time. But I like to remind myself that the word broken in Helldivers 2 is usually just another word for funny.
The spear sucks.
Why?
If you like gambling, you're gonna like the spear.
No, it's gas. No, it's dog shit. It has a minimum and a maximum arming.
Oh, finally, the Bile Titan. I can finally use this shit.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Okay, that was kind of cool, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh, it keeled over in one shot? That's nuts.
It can keel over, yeah. But it's inconsistent.
I feel that, I think inconsistent is the word that comes to mind when I hear about the spear. It's a lot better, last I heard, than it used to be. It's definitely on an upward trend, but it can be pretty hit or miss.
Wait. Let me cook.
Try it on that one, too.
Let me cook. Oh! Okay, maybe one more. We're cooking
armor.
All right, I do kind of... What?
I told you it's inconsistent.
I feel like that's the Bile Titan face thing. That felt like it looked like it hit its face. I think that might have been the weird face registration damage thing.
Got it.
So if you're able to like hit it in the head with it, I believe it will one-shot. But
the first one. Wait, what? What?
Yes, I love when this happens.
I don't think I've ever been hit so hard in my life.
Hey, look, I found a pop filter. Did the pop noises go away? Did that actually fix the problem? We're going to have to test it out. Let's see.
We got the buzzing back, though.
As I was saying, after writing about stratagems for the past 3 days, I think their beauty lies in how much they allow you to express yourself. When confronted with a boss, 10 different players might have 10 different solutions, big and small. One guy fires off a rocket and hopes for the best, while another calls in a laser beam from outer space, while a third guy stuns it with grenades and crushes it with a drop pod.
Yeah, hold that stun grenade, Buster. Yeah, I'm like that. Yeah. Yeah, bitch. Matter of fact, call another one. Here's one more for y'all.
Bug brain. Done it. It might work. It might work, Herboku. That might come down and crush it. Watch. Yeah! Hell yeah, brother. That worked perfectly.
50 stratagems is more than enough to go in any direction you want in Helldivers 2, whether it's a meta loadout, a goofy loadout, a fun loadout, or just a loadout that lets you fly around the map like it's San Andreas.
Yo, come on, please. I made it. Fuck yeah. All right, baby. I did not. I thought I was a goner. I thought I was so dead right there. I thought I was so dead. I kissed all my gear goodbye.
I'm sure you're wondering why we're 45 minutes into the video and I still haven't covered primary weapons, but I think they kind of suck. In the early days.
Yes, 45 minutes. Yes, we're only definitely 45 minutes into this video. Definitely only 45 minutes.
Is the game, the player base was like, hey, can you buff these primary weapons? They're kind of bad. And Arrowhead released a blog post that said, fuck you, use your stratagems, dipshit. My issue.
Pretty much, yeah, I remember that. Oh my god, yeah. When the secondary revolver, I can't remember which one it is. It feels better than a lot of the primaries, is all I'm gonna say, at least currently. Which, once again, if they want the stratagems to be the focus of the game, I feel that the game itself, at a general level, is not receptive to it. Because if you want to nerf the primaries are only used as an absolute last resort. Your secondaries are kind of your weird power play, like how you have the little grenade pistol that can actually close bug holes. Okay, sure, that's kind of your tool secondary kind of thing. I honestly started using the revolver more than I did the breaker until I swapped off the breaker entirely. And then that's why I settled on Arc, Caster, Bubble, right? That's just where I felt safest. Yeah, definitely one of those things that... Part of the hostility that I mentioned, where Arrowhead feels like it's hostile towards the fan base. But even then, if they want the game to play in a stratagem and power weapons focused way, the game needs to be geared towards that. We're talking not 2.5 minutes on a base on a minefield. You just don't get the value out of that, especially when you're roaming around a map. Sure, like defensive missions, like circular mission, kill 400 bugs, or the Helm's Deep style missions, the gates, the 4 gates. Like, sure, things like that. Maybe you could do it. I think it gets a little wonky depending, and even then, that's perfectly fine if you have, say, EMS mortars being superior on defensive kill missions, like I just mentioned, but being kind of booty cheeks if you're trying to do a blitz, right? That's perfectly fine and reasonable. This is definitely a big criticism that I have about the design philosophy behind some of Arrowhead's logic for buffs and nerfs.
With them is armor penetration, because almost any primary has light armor penetration, which is just fine for mopping up your lowest level grunt bad guys.
How is he shooting while reloading? This is so dank. This is so dank.
But with the bugs, and especially the bots, there are all kinds of heavily armored enemies that will bounce your light rounds like ping pong balls. Not to mention that the armor penetration mechanic itself in this game is so confusing that Skulker and I just quickly became Jar 5 Dominator Pill. Its medium penetration means it can actually damage most enemies in the game, and comboing it with the medium penetration of the Senator secondary felt like I was finally playing some college ball.
Watch me hit this shot. Oh god,
You want to talk about meta? Well, clearly, if you're medium armor penetration, you can pretty much damage anything in the game. Is that not what's the word for that? Meta in itself? Is that not a meta way to play the game in regards to using specific weapons that are generally a better and more logical option than other options? Especially when you're using it to bypass a system that is convoluted to some, right? You see how even in all of their attempts to quash a metagame with their own systems, yet again, we have a metagame forming. Metagames aren't bad. You just have to watch where it's going, right? If we have, you know, medium armor penetration, people will only play with medium armor penetration. You start to look at, do we give more things medium? Do we make some things turn them from medium into light? Do we strip armor penetration for them entirely? Do we see about reworking the armor mechanic as a whole? Do enemies have too much armors? Hot take, I personally think chargers and pales are perfectly fine. Just give me more tools to deal with them. Don't weaken their armor. I'm perfectly fine with them as is. I just need a little bit more power in my kit. And I mean, we're doom status.
Irons? Oh god, irons? Oh, nailed! Nailed,
So good.
baby!
That was
What
solid.
Wait, we got to do this again.
You have
Oh
one?
my god,
Oh,
I'm nuts.
damn.
I'm
He's
nuts.
cracked.
I'm nuts.
I know this way of thinking makes me a dumbass and a casual. I know I should be using a light armor penetrating weapon. I know I should be targeting specific weak spots, and I know everything about me is unoptimized and undemocratic. It just felt so silly that my primary weapon was not doing damage to a huge proportion of enemies, and with the variety of enemies in the game, on top of there being bots and bugs, I found it far easier to grab a medium penning weapon and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not doing this fucking math, dude. Whatever. The way they did primaries in this game
The math ain't mathin'. Make the math make sense.
is a bit of a head scratcher to me, and I feel like moving on.
Also, why the
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
is the breaker spray and pray bird shot? Who thought of this?
Breaking away from the mid that
Because the breaker spade pay is great against the flyers. Oh my god, they obliterate shriekers.
are primary weapons. The rest of your base loadout as a Helldiver is godlike, starting with the greatest weapon of all, stimulants. As someone that literally sells an energy drink with caffeine in it called Gamer Fart, use code Badger for 10% off. You guys know I'm a fan of stimulants, but the stims in Helldivers 2 are on a whole different level.
Imagine
different.
snorting a line of hot magma and then all your bones switch to attack mode.
As long as you can muster the strength to stick a syringe in your neck, you are met with a massive boost to your stamina and an unbelievable amount of health regeneration. It won't quite make you invincible, but spamming the stim key and running away has got to be the greatest weapon in this game.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh
It's
my
value.
god.
Oh, you were
I'm
about to get
fucking
jumped.
surrounded.
I can just stim out. I can just stim out. I can just stim spam.
So many
I'm good.
hunters.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
That's the other thing, actually, noticing hunters on screen. It seems like I think it comes down to some planets have different spawns. Like, obviously, because some planets have the little green pukers, some have the orange ones. Good God. Like, there was a period of time where hunters were out of control. We're talking packs of 20 just popping into existence in front of you. And then it got better. I think they said they tweaked it. But then it seems like the problem flared up again in the past couple months. I don't know what it was. Like, I think it's just planetary spawns and what spawns specifically there. It was probably a hunter favored planet. Good God, though, they spawn in groups. Hunters get overwhelming really quick, especially if you're trying to wink wink use just your primary or swapping to your secondary if you don't have any sort of power weapon or stratagem, say they're on cooldown, right? And then you get overwhelmed with a pack of 20, 30, 40, 50 plus hunters, right? You might run into a little bit of an issue with your primary.
I'm good. Don't worry about it. That slow ain't shit.
He doing it. What the hell?
Yeah, you're not stronger than drugs, buddy.
Them bugs about to report back to their boss like, yo, he was tweaking
Look
out.
what I got in this syringe, bitch.
You, me, and this syringe.
Wow, Terminated. It's just you, me, and the 6 quarts of drugs that I brought.
Well, you can just stim yourself out of any situation. Just stab, 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 stab.
Counterpoint amphetamines.
That's a nice argument, Senator. However,
how about you back it up with some crack?
Not even coke. We're talking like crack. Okay, we're talking not the good stuff. We're talking like you're between paydays. You can't afford the good stuff. We're talking low shelf.
nah, big. I still remember your one tweet of that shit. It's just like the heart wants what it wants. More stimulants.
No, it was like the food pyramid, but it was just Adderall.
Your heart is pumping for 2 right now.
Another part of your base loadout that more than makes up for crummy, confusing primary weapons? Grenades. Oh my god, did Arrowhead ever nail their nades? Not only are they the second best panic button in the game, but the amount of kills you can stack once you understand their arc is downright criminal.
They've definitely gotten a lot better. I feel at launch they were a little mid. I think they've gotten a lot better, especially the stun grenade. Oh my god, just stun entire chargers and stuff. Like, they use grenades, please.
Bang!
I don't always throw grenades, but when I do, they're all in the exact same place.
I can't see a problem with this strategy. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Yep.
Nice. That's 17 with just nades.
Look at that horde of enemies trying to kill me.
Where?
You can't even see. It's over there. They're all aggroed on me. They can't kill me.
I threw
Anyone
a
with
grenade
fucking
and got
stratagem would be-
15 kills. What?
It should be no surprise that the booster that maxes out your grenades, ammo, and stims on spawn is popular, but as far as boosters go, I'm very much a stamina MF. Skulker has told me 1,000,000 times that the best weapon in this game is running away.
I'm not trying to talk to any of you right now. I'm getting my samples and I'm leaving.
And a gigantic stamina buff makes sure you're always sprinting instead of walking, which seems like a good idea.
W. Death Stranding reference. Walking.
All of these base items in your loadout can be bought with medals via the various battle passes, which they call war bonds, including the armor on your character.
You can spend medals on new fits, dog.
Yeah, your fit is nice, but I don't look at poor people.
And there is one set of armor that I think is so special. It's basically the whole reason that I made this hour-long video. The DP53 Savior of the Free. A special armor set, only available via pre-order or paid DLC that makes you not just a citizen, but a super citizen.
I just feel so much richer than all of you.
I'm looking at you broke MFs on the library computers over there. 1 hour's up, Sigrid. Get the fuck off the PC.
Super citizens are easily identified by their superior drip and aerodynamic winged helmets, which lesser citizens have decided to call bunny ears.
Hey, could you move? Move your big ass ears, bro. I can't see them.
I put my fist in your way.
Yes. Listen here, you big-eared freer.
And the drip isn't even the best part, because my favorite thing about this armor, and furthermore this whole game, is the mechanic called Democracy Protects, which grants you a 50% chance to not die when taking lethal damage.
Isn't that a Hellbomb Badger? I think you're...
Yeah, by the way.
I want to point out, this feels like dodge build. I've seen the armor set, and now that I'm thinking about it, this is just dodge build from Payday. Oh my god.
No, he teched it. He's fine. Are you just like invincible for the stim period?
No, it's Democracy Protects. If you take fatal damage, there's a 50-50 chance you just won't die.
It is literally flipping a coin. Every time you take fatal damage, heads you win, tails you also kind of win, because dying from that much damage is probably going to be hilarious.
Can this go off by melee or not?
Hit it,
yeah.
find out.
No, it doesn't. It didn't go
I'm
off.
running.
It do go off.
The beat did go off.
Did the beat go off?
I must be wearing rose-colored glasses, because even if it's 50-50 in the game's code or pseudo-random code, I feel like Mr. House has got his hands on the scale and is tipping the odds in my favor.
And I'm pretty sure the dude rolling my dice is just saying, fuck it, give it to him. Joel is like, watch this shit. 9th in a row. Survive.
Wait, was that a Pokemon TCG coin?
Joel is like, watch this shit. 9th in a row.
Okay, no, it wasn't. The back of it, I thought was the Pokeball.
Survive. I don't even know what that was, but I survived. I don't even know what it was, and I don't care.
Did one of you shoot the fucking bomb?
Damn. Base. Base Sigrid. In Sigrid we trust. Base. I'm not gonna lie, this 50-50's doing some heavy lifting.
Man wins 36 coin flips in a row.
For the first time in my life, I kind of understand those morons that gamble away their rent money on some stupid bet, because this 50-50 feels much more like a 70-30 if you ask me. I know it took me an hour to prove it to you, but the title is not clickbait. With this armor, you can flip a coin to survive point-blank grenade blasts, massive hellbomb explosions, and even nuclear weapons.
Just do it, just do it, Bonna, just do it, just do it, just do it. Yo, I'm fine. Yo, we hit a little stimmy. I think I hit the armor. I think I hit the armor passive. That's neat. I like that. Why am I so covered, dog? Did they change the bugs? I'm just 50-50ing. I did it. It worked perfectly.
Wow.
It worked perfectly. Hey, who wants to play a 50-50 game with me? Let me get all the bugs to me. I want all the bugs to me. You're gonna run to me. No, you're gonna run to me and then run past me.
I can't run because somebody hit the fucking flower next to me.
Perfection.
Glorious democracy.
Bonk.
Oh my god.
I survived the 50-50 50-50 Brock. I'm godlike. You are all super peasants, all right? No bread alert, broke diver alert, absolutely no super credits, no sauce, no paper.
The sea artillery is open, and the first thing you have is a mini nuke. Use that with your discretion.
Eat it. Drop it on my face right now. Drop it on my drop.
I'm scared of women.
That sounds like a skill issue. I'm sorry.
Badger, you're not 50-50 in this shit.
I absolutely am 50-50 in the mini nuke, dog.
Wow. You are not real.
Who is this man?
You guys know that I hate gambling. Throwing around your rent money all willy-nilly on a game of cards is a great way to destroy your relationships and your life. But that doesn't mean I don't love taking risks, because when there's no money involved and the casinos are closed, I love taking bets against lines of computer code.
I'm gonna 50-50. It doesn't matter. I'm good. I survived these.
Oh no, you're done.
I survived these. I survived these.
He fucking survives it. Wow, dude.
I love gambling.
Name one bad thing about gambling.
Oh wait, dude. I'm on this guy's side, dude.
Yo, any meme that contains "I'll wait" banger. You know it's gonna be good. You know it's gonna be some boomer shit off Facebook.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so good.
Oh my god.
Dude, gambling is the only disease you can potentially get rich from.
Potentially.
I'm a huge fan of when V sends me the variant of most gamblers quit one blank before blank.
Yeah.
Like most freeway builders quit one lane before they fix traffic.
Yeah. Guys, the civil engineers will figure it out this time. I promise. They'll get it. They'll get it right.
Just one more lane. Just one more lane.
We could use one more lane.
That'd be a funny question to ask Chad. What would you do if you won $1 billion in Powerball or something like that?
$1 billion parlay.
My first thing right now.
No, on Twitter, Heavenly. $1 billion parlay.
Me and her both about to make some motherfucking money real quick.
700 legs.
The night that LeBron James folds, Heavenly, you bet $1 billion parlay.
I know the mechanic this based. You're all dying to know what my high score on 50-50 coin flips was, and the answer is 6 times in a row. It also couldn't have happened at a worse time, because I was bugged into terrain and trying to kill myself, but it just wouldn't work.
See, it's the Monster Hunter effect, though. You want something to happen, therefore the game will actively work against you, so it doesn't happen. Yes, I understand the principle at play here.
Beerus. Oh my fucking god, I'm inside the mountain. Well.
Oh.
Well.
That's a collapse.
I survived with a 50-50. Why is this armor so good? I don't even have... Oh, I do have an 8 left. I survived it again.
Wild.
What the... Let me die. No way. That's a triple on a 50-50. It's not even letting me throw my last nade. Okay, there. I'm still not
And you
dead.
survived another 50-50.
I am that good. No, I got it. I got it.
You make it over?
I got it.
This is what we call failing from success.
I survived that too. I cannot die. It's impossible for me to die. At least I'm getting my revenge on the hunters. Can I die from a fall? Can I do that, Chad? Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try to get to the top of the hill and then just dial it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We got this. No! Just die, you fucking idiot.
World's strongest Helldiver.
Literally just like all of the luck in the world.
Too democratic to die.
Yes, I did it. I did it. Finally. Finally. You're being protected by democracy. I sure am.
It should be no surprise that apart from the default armor, I've never worn any other armor into combat, even though I have like $20 worth of super credits that you can only spend on armor. This mechanic is just too incredible to pass up, and the moment this choice was solidified to only ever run Super Citizen armor was the moment I discovered the Hell Bomb.
Hey, there's a Hell Bomb right here. I'm gonna shoot it.
Oh.
What? I've never been hit so hard in my entire life.
Wow.
I clipped through the map, and my torso and my lower half were in separate sections, like separate quadrants, dog. Oh my god. I thought my monitor was gonna crack.
These things can be dropped as part of objectives or found scattered around a planet, and I'm not sure if they're technically bigger than the mini nukes, but they sure do feel like it.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Just punch it. Just punch
Hell
the fucking
yeah,
hell
brother.
You just... I mean, you got the job done, but...
fellas.
Task failed successfully.
Played him like a damn fiddle. Look at that.
As you can see, it took me a while to figure them out, especially the fact that you could shoot them instead of hitting them with grenades or your fist.
Yo, wait, yo, Chad,
what in the Sam fuck did you just call in? But my technique to maximize kill count was to stand right next to it, wait until I was completely surrounded, and cross my fingers that democracy would protect me.
Okay, here we go.
God, we have no more reinforcements. Bro, what are you doing?
I totally underestimated. Oh, you were dead. I totally underestimated the blast radius. I thought I could get out. Or maybe
you mistook it for a 500 kg.
Yeah, maybe 50-50 if I was lucky. I got turned into a damn Thanksgiving turkey, dude.
Hell bombs were also a wonderful introduction as to just how important the environment is in Helldivers 2. There is so much useful technology scattered around every planet that you'll miss it if you aren't paying attention, and the smoke sacks are a perfect example.
After listening to Pop Smoke, now when I say the words Christian D, what the shit? Oh, it hit a smoke cloud. I did not think those were affected by that.
No.
Ruined the whole ass hug. That's terrible.
Such a nice hug, and then
wow.
we just
Speaking of Pop Smoke,
when I first ran into them, I thought they were just annoying natural landmines, but the more I hit them, the more I realized you could use them as a get-out-of-jail-free card or a means of transportation.
Oh god, you're next. No way! Yo, you went straight sploinky. What the? What is that? What is that?
Why are my feet still moving?
Why do they have jiggle physics? That makes no sense. All right, Hiroku.
Right now.
I didn't mean it.
That's fine.
Oh my god!
I need to start one of those
Yo, that's 3/4 of my health.
I need to start shooting them. I didn't know that these were actually just brute shot jumps. The environmental object. Oh my god.
Oh, team killer.
Team killer.
Oh my god, I'm getting so good at this. Oh god, I'm stuck. I'm stuck underneath your satellite, I think. Can one of you blow me out of break me out of here?
That's the one.
I'm blowing you. The smithereens.
No! What is this? I don't want to be bread. I don't want to be bread. No!
You have to stop teleporting bread.
Best part is it didn't
No way!
You blasted him into orbit, bro.
Hey.
I sent his ass back home.
I'm convinced that Arrowhead puts these objects in the game purely to improve your squad's communication skills. It took me about 50 hours to learn that hell bombs are not dangerous, but a lack of communication about hell bombs is very dangerous.
Yo, what is this drop? All right, fine.
Check this out,
for you.
Oh no!
On that note, somebody's got to study team killing in Helldivers 2 for the sake of science. In any other shooter out there, team killing is funny exactly one time, maybe 2 times. By the
I firmly disagree. I mean, it can be a whole avalanche, a whole cavalcade of just hilarity. Like, it depends on the game.
third time, nobody in the squad is laughing, and the smile on my face is gone. But in Helldivers 2, even after 80 hours of liberating for Super Earth, team killing is somehow, some way, still funny.
Hey, you might want to back up, bro. You might want to back up, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Fellas, we're dying.
We got to get out.
What the hell is that?
Got to get out of here.
I'm gonna die, dude. I'm gonna die. Gary had to be the follow-up.
What?
It had to be the follow-up. I'm pretty sure I direct impacted you with one of those J-dams. I am not gonna lie. What's even better is you tried to dial it. Oh my god, you are over near me now. You tried to Playboy Cardi off that mobile home and it did not work. Oh my god. Where are you firing those? That's such a waste of ammo.
Bitch.
I'm trying to. I guess the background.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was trying to hit the bug. Oh. Spinning around. I survived because of my 50-50. I can't even kill myself. What?
Helldivers so strong can't even commit suicide. I tried.
Oh, I can call you in.
Multiple angles.
That was just cool. That's just cool. Oh, come on! You're gonna kill me! God damn it!
You were on the cliff edge. I had.
Oh shit! Hey, good luck, Badger.
Democracy has landed.
Democracy is landed, motherfucker. No!
All right, team.
We have 7. We have 5 spawns left.
All right, lock in.
Oh, Martin, we gotta get out of here.
Yes, we do.
Oh no.
All right, it was a hip fire. I didn't even have a reticle. I swear to God.
Wait, I'm goated. It's not my fault. I'm goated.
The funniest part about team killing in Helldivers 2 is that it's always the most tempting at the worst possible time. When the mission is over and evac rolls around, it is prime time for one of your teammates to blow your head off, and I'm willing to bet the value of samples lost from this tomfoolery has probably cost Super Earth trillions of credits.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Oh, ship's gonna leave.
I'm afraid that. Yeah.
Oh my God, the distance! Damn, Bing, you're just up there.
Yo, you're so
Oh, shit. You tagged it! What? What?
No!
I'm like that.
No!
You almost killed it.
Amazing.
Stop it! Stop it!
Thank God this game has team kill in it.
It's so good.
All right, board the ship.
No way! I was literally diving in the ship.
Guys, can we get in the ship, please?
It's not going! It's not going! It's not going! What the? Okay.
Nearing the end of my 80 hours in Helldivers 2, I became extremely interested in the various difficulties, and you would not believe how much it varies between bots and bugs.
Yeah.
Jesus. Bots are so much harder than bugs that even if you're playing Helldive against Terminids, it's still easier than Suicide Mission against automatons.
That tank is
Honestly, W, take care. I feel that from a baseline, I think bots are more consistent. Like, it's a more consistent experience overall. I think bugs can snowball really quick. I've had 7s. I haven't seen a single charger. I have 7s that, oh my God, it is, there's like so many impalers, so many chargers, several Bile Titans. Like, it just, there's the variance in there just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sure planetary spawns have something to do with that. I think bots are consistent, but you are going in from the get-go on a forced march. Like, you are in full march forward, full retreat, if you will, from the bot front lines as you rotate around the map to do your various objectives. Bugs are just an infinite horde for all intents and purposes, where anyone can shotgun, regardless of if they overpower you or not, can shotgun a bug hole. I think that is a valid 100% statement from Badger.
coming around. Hopefully he doesn't hit me. Ow, my God!
Hopefully he doesn't hit me.
I like to think it's as simple as gun, no gun?
Yeah.
As stupid as that sounds, the Terminids do have ranged enemies, but none of them have weapons quite as devastating as rockets or lasers that can instantly delete you.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
Pukers at point blank, especially if you get multiple on you, that's kind of a contender.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
I'm sure the heavy armor of the robots also plays a role in this power gap, but if you put a gun to my head and force me to choose one faction to fight forever, I'm taking bugs over bots in a heartbeat.
Chargers to the left of me, Titan to the right. Here I am, stuck in this shithole with you.
If you're playing difficulty 7 or higher against bots, you gotta be locked in, especially on Helldive. There just isn't any room for you to be goofing around.
This difficulty's kind of a snooze fest. I wish it was more challenging. Oh my God, that timing, dude. No way.
When I'm looking for a locked-in experience, I'm definitely reaching for a PvP game like Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, Siege, something like that. When I'm looking for something fun and silly, I'm definitely reaching for a PvE game where I can goof around with my friends like Left 4 Dead, Payday, or big surprise, Helldivers 2.
No, I 100% agree with this. I think it hits the portions of... I've always been a PvE player, okay? I will play Destiny 2 raids. I will do Garden of Salvation before I touch Crucible. Let's put it that way. Like, I myself am a PvE player. PvP has never really done it for me. That being said, the exceptions are obviously things like Halo, old Modern Warfare 2, you know, back on the 360. I still even play Halo to this day. I haven't picked it up recently just due to MCC issues that are going on, allegedly, in regards to hacking. Mitblitz has a Twitter post out about that and how bad it is. But I mean, like, you know, things like that. I played Halo Reach into the ground. I hit above General 5. It was whatever the immediate rank after General 5 was. But man, I worked for that. Like, I played so much. It's just different kinds of players. I think PvP players might be more drawn towards bots, where PvE players like me are more drawn towards bugs. I'd love to see some sort of either analysis or poll on the subject of that, if there's correlation and causation here. But no, I agree with this. I will take bugs any day. I will take endless hordes of Bile Titans, Impalers, Chargers, Spitters. I will take that over having to deal with bots any day.
Oh my god, my sister called me the other day and she was talking about something and she was like, yeah, do you know what poggers is?
Oh, no.
Do not answer. Run away.
I'm not saying PvE is less intense, but I personally feel far more carefree and relaxed when I'm fighting against computer-controlled monsters instead of real human beings, who are kind of the real monsters themselves. When you, and I'm not talking out of my ass here, because I've tried the locked-in experience on the highest difficulty on what is supposedly the scariest planet in the galaxy called Malevolent Creek.
There are no hoes there. You're in Malevolent Creek.
You're the creek.
There are no hoes here. All right, Malevolent Creek, level 9, baby. Let's do it. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey, what's good, player?
He's not going to look at me. Dipshit. Oh, wait, sorry. Super dipshit. According to our language. We're not fighting like this. Yo, what the No! No way! No! What the fuck? What is Malevolent Creek, dude? I don't care. Your 1,000-yard stare meme is still bullshit and stupid and stale, and I hate it. Fuck you.
You hate it.
We all hate it. We all hate the 1,000-yard stare meme. Just retire it, please. What? Oh, wow! What the hell happened? And it goes without saying, I didn't think Helldive on Malevolent Creek was all that fun. Sure, it's funny to ratchet up the difficulty to the absolute limit to jack your XP and see what kind of pain the game can inflict on your squad, but there's no way I'd want to play that for 80 hours. I'm sure there's a teeny tiny sliver, 0.1% of the player base that can fool around on Helldive and still slap the shit out of the bots, but the other 99.9% needs to be absolutely laser focused and locked in just to survive that kind of onslaught. Now it's important.
No, I mean, that's where I'm at. That's 100%. I have to be in the headspace for bots. I know people say bugs suck. I've had people just be like, you know, God, bugs really suck, though. How can you enjoy them? Bots are where it's at. Which, you know, we got that difference of opinion. I respect your opinion. Please respect my opinion, right? I will do bots. Sorry. I will do bugs on 10, right? Update hits. I will do bugs on 10 before doing bots on 7. Let's put it that way. Like, I cannot stress how much my disdain for bots is.
Important to note that while I was recording, Arrowhead was frequently tweaking the various difficulties to figure out what they wanted. It sounds absurd to think that there's anything harder than Malevolent Creek on Helldive, but when we were first playing Tien Quan during the first week of March, it was the most punishing difficulty I've ever seen, and Arrowhead was definitely tweaking. He tweaking.
I only play on Helldive, but like, this is kind of ridiculous, no?
I just feel like the nerf to your stratagems is really bad.
Guys, you gotta
Right, here we are. Here what we're talking about. Listen to what they're saying. Like, words as written, words as said, right? Let's get that reading comprehension out. Let's get those listening ears on, right? Once again.
But like, this is kind of ridiculous, no?
I just feel like the nerf to your stratagems is...
The nerf to your stratagems is really bad. We're not opposed. I would argue the vast majority of the community is not opposed to difficulty. If you don't want difficulty, play on 1, play on 4 with the devs, right? 100%, right? Like, when we go up to 9s and even now 10s, and it feels like we don't have the tools to properly deal with things, that's where the pain point is. That's where the frustration is. And even if you are the top 1% of players that can do it, like Malevolent Creek on 10, modern nerfs, I'd take it in a heartbeat, right? Sure, you know what, dude? Like, you go. You go, girl, 100%. I can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. And it's trying to find the best experience for everybody. That being said, if you're going to do Creek on 10, right, or you're going to do something like that on 10, you know, if you want to truly make a point, just be like, oh, well, I did it on 10 with only a primary, no secondary, no power, no stratagems, right? Well, that's absurd. Why would I do that, you know? Look, everyone has a different enjoyment of the game. There are people who want to play things casually. There's people who want to play games professionally. There's people that want to play games to teach others, right? As someone who's taught Destiny raids, knows people that have taught Destiny raids, right? Like, I do get enjoyment out of it. I have to limit that because I have to treat it like Prague. I don't want to spend 4 or 5 hours of Vault of Glass anymore. I've done that. I've spent my 7-hour Garden of Salvation runs LFG. Okay. I feel like I want to do other things with my time and expedite processes like that. But really, right here, words as written. These are the same complaints I've heard over and over and over and over again, right? We're talking about how hard it is. It's cranked. It's cracked. Yo, this is kind of bussin'. But at the same time, yo, this is kind of some jank. Yeah, no, the stratagem nerfs are really bad. That's the pain point here. There's that disconnect between the developers and the community. And don't get me wrong, I have no love, sympathy, anything for any community member in any community that decides to think, oh, well, we're just going to send spicy cylindrical objects. We're just going to send threats of those to people. No, don't do that. That's not how you be an adult, okay? You're part of the problem. Like, the nerfs here are the bad part. Imagine if we didn't have to deal with this, or if the nerfs were reasonable, right? Reasonable is the word I keep coming back to lately, right? What is reasonable? Not necessarily the most correct, not necessarily the most incorrect. What is reasonable? That's the word I think that people need to really normalize using.
Really bad.
Guys, you gotta rely on your stratagems. I don't know.
You gotta rely on your stratagems.
You gotta rely.
You just have to rely.
Oh my god! Yo, wait a minute. Where did I send that man?
Well, that's when you need the
what the
I'm actually
fuck?
completely fine.
Like, what is this now? What is this? What are we playing?
What is this now? I'm kind of inclined to agree. I'm kind of inclined.
This is no longer the same game. The single mortar that came out of nowhere that you had no chance to dodge just executes summarily.
What is going on?
What is going on?
Keep moving. Keep moving.
What
on top of our very heads.
Just fuck my shit up, fam. Just fuck.
I will take 4 Bile Titans and 6 Chargers over this. What I'm seeing on screen right now, I will take bugs on 9 and 10 over this.
My shit up.
This is actually unbelievable. I cannot believe what's going on right now. You got me actually fucked up. You have like way too many enemies. You can't go this way. There's more enemies.
Current status. Y'all got me fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want to run into it. I want to run into it and hold my fist up. All right. I just need to see how
it doesn't make any fucking sense anymore. Thank God you're capturing this, because this is not gameplay. You know what this is? This is like Cookie Clicker when you get to like 5 trillion cookies generated per second. Space Operation Desert Storm, but we're not America.
This is genuinely Space Chirac.
Any United States conflict, but you are not the United States. Joel just takes his entire fist and just crushes your game. That's it.
He's like, good one, dumbass. You thought you were going to play tonight?
Oh my god, you look like a robot.
I got 3 super samples with me. I'm heading east towards objective.
What the? Yo, wait.
So you're a traitor. You went out of bounds.
No. You went out of bounds too long.
How are you alive?
Don't worry
Keep
about
going, Badger.
I can keep stimming. I can keep stimming. I can keep stimming.
Dive. More diving.
I'm 50-50,
Oh no. Oh no.
Nutty.
Your turn, little bro. Little bro, it's your turn, little bro.
Dude, I'm getting tired watching that. Like, I've played... I think I went up to 8. I can't remember. I have never done 9. No, I think I did 9 bots once. Good God, it gets tiring though. Like, those are one of those you have to kind of just sit in your chair. You have to kind of readjust, take a breath, rub your head, just like, okay, gotta just get focused. You gotta focus up. Like, it is tiring to be engaged that long.
Man,
holy shit!
Oh my God!
Run,
I'm a fool. This is playable.
There's a rocket.
Wow.
All right, please get us off of Helldivers. This is not a game. This is really not a video game.
No.
You gotta be so locked in for Helldive.
Yeah. After an experience like that, I feel qualified to say that I know what the entire spectrum of difficulty looks like, from the trivial tutorial mission to the unbelievable chaos of Tien Quan. And I think the game is best enjoyed at 7 for bots and 9 for bugs. Challenging enough that
yeah, hard to agree with this, actually. Even playing on 7, like 7 on bugs, it's so hit or miss. It feels like the spawns up until now. I was hearing something about how the spawns, it doesn't quite know what to do with the spawns, or the spawns are really tweaked. We had less elites on 9 than on 7. Bugs on 9, I definitely do feel a little more at home with.
It'll hold your attention, yet still allow you to joke around with your buddies instead of every word out of your mouths needing to be tactical callouts.
This funny.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm ready.
No.
Say hi to Beers, dog.
No.
Why did you revive like a 2005 meme format for that?
Wow.
This is Beerus. Say hi to Beerus.
This is Beerus. Say hi to Beerus.
Bingus would be Badger's God of Destruction name. I don't know what God of Destruction is.
That's what Beerus is.
That's what Beerus is.
He's the God of Destruction?
Yeah, that
In
fucking
Dragon Ball Z,
cat literally is an immortal cat that blows up planets to keep the cosmic balance. He's basically Thanos, but with a job.
Did you just call him a fuck ass? Yes. I feel like that's way too violent of a word for a feline the size of like a box of crackers.
A final bonus that I'll give the bugs over the bots is that the Terminids are the most Looney Tune ass enemies in the galaxy. There are so many moments that are just begging for cartoon ass sound effects that they are clearly the superior faction to fight.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna flex on you.
Oh my goodness.
He hit the wall.
That was me. I shot him in the face.
The bile titan in question.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Where did the Paladin come from?
It's because there's a bug nest that got called in. I know exactly what that is. I have seen that exact thing. If we rewind, you can clearly see that there's a bug calling over here above my horns.
Oh, wait.
And then there's another.
Wait. Where did the Paladin come from?
I'm on top of the chart.
Whoa. Keep going. Keep going. Emote on him.
Look, if I don't have... Dude, he's taken one for the great journey. He is the double plasma grenade grunt. Somebody needs to zoom in on that on this specific frame on this specific hunter. There's your motivational meme format. Democracy detected. I was going to say something clever. I totally forgot what I was going to say. No joke. Because of this hunter. That hunter just absolutely just... This is the star of the show right there. That's the W. Oh, my God. Oh, God. I literally remember and I forgot what I was going to say again. Oh, now I remember. Look, if I'm not dealing with 3 chargers at once, it's a good game, okay? I'm having a better time.
Yeah, well, I do like the Dark Souls card spread here.
Why?
Who are you to challenge me?
Well, what is it?
Queen of the Blood.
Oh,
Domain expansion.
And furthermore, so many of my favorite moments in Helldivers 2 came from these bugs instead of these bugs, where the game or engine broke in some way.
Me running away from my issues. Me running away from my problems. Me running away from my demons.
But these flaws were a wonderful reminder that Arrowhead is a small team that took a big risk and made something ambitious that I truly love and cannot believe was made by 100 people.
Wait. Were you up on here? Were you like, yo, back me up, team? What kind of Gmod bullshit is this? Yo, that is one stretchy ass texture. It's the forbidden texture pack.
Oh, don't never buy no weed from the gas station, bro.
Oh, no.
Don't never get the diver ain't in your contacts.
I'm painting now. This is not a memory leak anymore. We found the texture. The texture was in my heart the entire time. Okay, we got it, chat. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Got the code in the mainframe, baby. What?
Oh, yeah, this one's common. I'll spawn in and the dude next to the globe just has his whole torso just gone.
I guess you don't got that shit on, dog.
Wow.
All you need is gun and head.
Yeah.
This is just how I walk. What are you talking about,
This is
dog?
really how we walk,
This
bro.
is just how I walk. All right,
I think that was specifically an SSSD glitch. There was a bug. I think if you got knocked over or you swapped or something while you're holding SSSD, you entered into A-frame pose.
Please let me see you kill a bug. Go kill a bug like that, please.
Hey? Yo? Okay.
Come on, CD. Yo, you diving is gross. Dive towards me, Herboku. Dive. Oh, that is so gross.
Oh, no.
You look like a damn seal.
Type shit.
Whoa, what? Oh
Wait
my
a minute.
God, is that an error texture?
Oh,
no
wow.
way. No, what am
I haven't seen that one before.
looking at? This is fascinating. Yo, to
on
a
who?
source head like me, this is the greatest moment of my life. Please look on my stream, Mickey. Please look on my stream. Please, I am so excited. I am so excited. You have no idea. This is the greatest moment of my life. They have pink error codes in this stupid-ass Stingray engine. Oh, what? Which way, Western man? Red error message in source or pink question mark in Stingray Autodesk?
Here at the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for watching the entire thing. I'm not going to get all sappy on you here, but this video has been 4 months of my life, and I've never put so much work into a single project. And that includes recording, writing, editing, and animating on top of learning a shit ton of Blender and Source 2. Porting, weight painting, rigging, bones, jiggle physics. It's all this shit that I didn't think I could even be smart enough to learn, but I somehow did it, and Source 2 just is such a beautiful engine now that I'm looking at it. So if you would be so kind, and you would like to support my videos, you can buy my new soup, Swamp Ass, that I was talking about earlier, my energy drink using code Badger. I get a kickback from the affiliate code, or you can even use my supporter creator code on anything on Fortnite or the Epic Game Store. And I know my cousin is going to be really happy because we even made t-shirts. He's an incredible artist, and we wanted to make just a little Easter egg for all of you that watched all the way to the end of the video. So if you bought one, it would make me and him very happy. They'll be on sale for the next 2 weeks and shipped out in the next 3 to 4 months, just to make sure that everybody that wants one can get one. So hopefully you're patient. Please buy one, dude. If you bought one, it would be just so fucking tight.
Your Honor, this is financial advice.
This is financial advice. Disclaimer, Your Honor, you should do this. It would be tight.
And finally, I gotta thank the homies for making this video special. These videos would be absolutely nothing without them, and I feel like the luckiest guy in the world that I get to call them friends. So all their links are right down below. I know most of the shit we say sounds like it came out of the Snickers Snackless translator machine, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway.
Should you have his faction a single-licious satisfact to snack that up? No, not yet.
I don't know how you can string those together without stuttering or
That's
just
wild.
flipping and fumbling. I can barely get through Chukler Hunger without
I'm not gonna lie, Boomer's really onto something when they bought up all the houses, then they made houses illegal. That's pretty tight.
He was cooking with that one.
I can't wait to be a billionaire so I can buy a neighborhood, dissolve the HOA, and make people sell their house at the amount they bought it at.
Hey, wait, one of you fellas want to melee me up?
You can't just first time chat and say zero dark furry.
Yo, is that who killed Bin Laden? No. Wait a minute. Are we rewriting history? Yo, those are the two people that murdered Osama Bin Laden. Just the fact that some boomer is so mad that it's like the shittiest part is they can outshoot half the damn range with their masks on. Yeah. Those are two messages that I did not expect to see. I saw Elfin say, "I hate myself beyond comprehension." His next message is, "I think I farted." That's got to be the funniest one that I saw recently, Chad. I was just scrolling Twitter, and then all of a sudden, scientists determine universe should not exist. It's like, okay, thanks.
That's cool. Can I just get my fucking ice cream?
Is this gonna be like a Neil deGrasse Tyson? We are in the universe, but the universe is also
so good.
Get the universe out of me now.
Think about it. You are made of stars.
Yeah, well, so is garbage, so calm down.
I heard someone ordered a big sausage. I just love the Vine where it's like, I don't have any money. He's like, why the fuck did you order a pizza, Leash?
Anyways, as I was trying to say, me and the Fremen are waging a war against the Harkonnen. Lisan al-Gaib!
Lisan al-Gaib! Wow.
And that's about it, dog. I would like to thank you so very much for watching all the way to the end of my 90-minute video, and I will catch you in the next one where I hopefully don't take 4 fucking months again. That would be bad.
Would be great. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool if Badger took another 4 months to do his next video. This was nothing short of an absolute banger. I loved everything about this. Everyone really came out with their A game onto this. Like, oh my god. So, first off, and I feel like a lot of people might see this as obligatory. I assure you, if I did not believe it, I would not say this. Go check out the Russian Badger in the description down below if nobody has seen him. Something that I myself try to do, that a lot of other people don't do with React content, is to link the original creator and the original video. I absolutely recommend that, especially for the unfiltered, undoctored experience, the brain damaged experience with what I do, right? Definitely go check out the Russian Badger in the original video. It's very easy for me to just sit here and to react to something that took him 4 months to make. Sure, technically I am technically a month late, right? Various things, various life stressors going on personally, but it goes beyond that, where it's so easy for me to sit and to react to something like this and, you know, maybe add an hour or so on top of it. And this was an amazing experience all the way through. But creators like Badger are very few and far between, especially in an age where social media has a lot of content that is rather questionable on it. I, of course, am referring to prank culture, people assaulting other people, and then just saying, oh, it's just a prank, bro. Social media recently had the whole chase TikTok bench glitch thing, which I have ranted about into oblivion. That is the stupidest thing I've seen recently because it was literal check fraud. And Badger, at the end of the day, I know he apparently gets bought by advertisers, and, oh, well, you cussed too much, or this happened, right? But there's something special about him and everyone that comes out to his streams, and everyone who helps, you know, whether it's Heavenly, whether it's Goose, you know, a number of people in the videos. I cannot recommend him enough. I don't know him personally. I'm obviously not affiliated with the Russian Badger. I like doing what I do because I get to look at really cool people on the internet, and I get to even introduce them to new people, and that is the best feeling for me. So if you would, please go check out the original Russian Badger video, and definitely go ahead and watch his backlog as well. He has a lot of banger videos. He took a lot of time on this, and I want to do my part to help the video in ways I can. I know I did see it stopped prior to 5 million. The fact that these don't have 10 million plus views really concerns me, because I know that you know, there's some larger creators out there, even some that do React content, that can get 10 million views. And this is content that I feel needs to be pushed more. This is content that is true art in every sense of the word. Thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate that. Definitely go check him out. And that's kind of all I have for you for now. It's been a while. I hope you enjoyed this. I want to clarify once more that my frustrations are because I want the game to be better. I know the game can be better. My criticism is not directed at anybody specifically. This is pointing out very specifically, these are the pain points here. These are why some of these things are getting said, and these are reasons why the community is getting frustrated. I want this game to be good. I want Helldivers to be good. I want it to be better. I know it has it in it, but we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see where we are in 6 months if we have to have a third discussion about nerfs. But thank you. I really appreciate each and every one of you, especially for bearing with me this past month or so. And I will see you all in the next one.